horsepower.
You want crutches too, or just
half horsepower?
I'm doing this to get around the house, but then
Can you even put weight on it?
No.
Technically no, but I can put 2% on it without too much pain.
So when you get the proper cast,
He doesn't.
you're not getting a
I think I'm going to stay in this cast for a while, and then on Tuesday I'm taking off the bandages, and then I got to keep that braced on my foot to make sure I don't have foot drop.
Foot drop.
What's that?
So see how my foot's dangling right here, but I have the strength to control it and bring it back.
Because that one was definitely dangling.
Yeah, it was dangling. It was full on dangler.
Yeah, it was.
So since
How far down was it dangling?
It was all the way here.
Well,
Then
when there's no bone, that means the ligaments are attached to the bone.
You'll see it in the video.
It's kind of hard to continue.
Yeah.
So it was basically full on like this and at a 30-degree angle, and I have to try and.
Oh man, your physical therapy is going to be torture.
Well, that's why I'm having this, so it can the muscle can get strengthened again, so it can support itself neutrally.
All right, well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Grossly Off Topic Podcast. We might sound a little different today. We are in a different location, but we'll get to that.
Same but different.
Same but different. I'm your host, Pop Smurf.
I'm the Viking.
I'm the Diplomat.
I'm Florida man.
And I'm 30.
Let's
Since
go.
Because you lost one.
I'm not 30.
Yeah, 31 has lost the use of
A limb.
a limb.
Which, by the way, thank you, Diplomat, you and your voodoo witch doctor shit.
Hush, hush.
No, we know it.
Yeah.
Everyone's 4 weeks apart, dude.
Yeah.
And it's slowly gotten worse.
Really?
It started with
Is that how
Papa's-
it ended up
Papa's-
exactly 4 weeks apart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started with Papa
Did the
Smurf's
math.
back, but he can still kind of walk, and or at least at the time, you could still kind of walk.
Yeah, well,
Then-
not when it happened, but yeah.
Then it was the Vikings' ribs, who had to go to the hospital, but then was relatively quick recovery.
Yeah, standard recovery, couple weeks.
No, nothing serious to go on long.
And
with
then
it.
there's my leg,
All right, so let's
which
talk
we'll
about
talk
your
about
leg.
my leg.
Let's talk about your leg. So I do have a YouTube video that I put up. We have started recording our bike rides, basically. And unfortunately, the one video that we wanted to see
So
is not possible because he earned his name 31.
Florida Man was kind enough to purchase me a GoPro, but somehow I put it on the photo mode instead of the video record mode.
So every time that he hit record, he actually took a photo. There are some photos on there.
How many of my ass?
Not a whole lot because it's each time that we would stop and then go,
Okay.
he would
No, I'd hit it.
would hit 2 photos, stopping and going.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
Time lapse there.
So
Which that is a function on here too.
Yeah, I know.
So I actually haven't asked you. What do you think happened? Oh shit!
Hold on.
You really breaking shit?
Yeah,
Well, we're good. We're good.
we're definitely having some technical issues today.
Yeah, we are. So we are still at 31's house, but we are upstairs in his living room, and we are just kind of doing what we can here because
And you might hear some strange noises in the background because my dad is doing housework because I am indisposed.
yeah. So
By choice?
I would like to hear
My body, my choice.
I would like to hear what you think happened.
Okay. So it will be a lot easier to visualize, at least with us here, once we start playing the video. But there's a couple rapid downhills and sharp turns and all that.
Yeah, at this point, there's a couple climbs. This is towards the end of the video.
Mhm.
I did name it Unfinished Business because we're going back.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not you. I don't know.
Not anytime soon, anyways.
It's not. This
gonna
isn't
be a-
going to traumatize
it's
me,
gonna
is
be-
it?
No, I've already watched it.
It better be
No,
it better
I'm
be a
talking
face your
about
fear
shying
kind of thing.
away from...
Yeah, it better be a face your fear kind of thing. Because that was a nice trail.
I'll face my fear once we get to that point.
And I'm going to be honest. If you would have gotten past this,
It was easy riding.
the rest of it was like the beginning. Where it was
The whole thing was easy.
super easy.
The whole thing was easy. It's not like it was a super hard trail. Now it wasn't like a black diamond or anything. It was
It's a super easy trail.
Very beginner trail.
We wanted to go out and just have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Is he
vacuum.
vacuuming?
Yeah. Told you, you're gonna hear random noises. People, I'm sorry if you don't like it. Suck a dick.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Shout out Papa 31. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah.
And Mama 31.
So I know you've seen the video, and we'll go through the video with the guys who haven't seen it. But from your recollection, what do you remember? What do you think happened?
So
we know what happened.
So there's the one. So you cross the first part of the creek, then you go up and you go like around the berm. That's kind of like a steep hill face. You go around the berm to get up to set you up to go across the creek again.
Oh, like you're talking about the wood bridge.
Yeah, the wood bridge. Yeah.
Okay.
So went up there and I happened to look up and I saw you took it not like speedy, but like you had some speed to it.
Because I wanted to make it up the other hill.
Yeah, so I figured that there's going to be a down and then it's going to be an up. So I'm like, okay, I'll have some speed going into this. So I took the corner and then again, just like we did at the Trail of Medina, I went into it, thought I could turn and just wasn't turning. And I just screamed, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Bam!
It was a
Collided.
very slick rock.
It was, yeah. And I collided with a rock. I tried to fight it. But I
He
lost.
did. He tried to fight it with his leg first.
So are we
I
saying his legs are scissoring?
No, it was rock.
But I don't think I hit it
Rock,
with
meat,
like
scissors.
with my leg. I think I hit it like square on with the bike.
No, the bike's fine.
No.
There is not a thing wrong with the bike.
I thought I hit it square on with the bike, but then the pressure.
No, you went on. So
No, the bike
Go
went
ahead and
on
play.
the left side of the rock. You went to the right side.
yeah, and that was where the problem was because
And
you'll see. Play the video.
your leg was in the middle of
Roll
it.
that
So-
beating footage.
I don't know how
So
from
this
where
one's
we're
actually
starting.
mine. This one's mine. So
I don't know exactly
This
how
is
far
fine.
into it.
Oh,
No,
fuck
this
me,
is
I
perfect.
guess.
That's
this is
good.
perfect because
So
we're gonna
That's a
come
nice
down.
looking trail.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
really nice
trail.
trail.
It's a great fucking
I
trail.
want to go.
Okay, so here's the bridge he was talking about. Here's the downhill. Look at the rock that's on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna notice there's about 6 feet worth of space.
I'm pretty sure Florida man. I think you can see him up in the top there already.
He's taking
I was taking a piss behind a tree. And that's why I
I didn't
watched.
think you were that far ahead of him, but okay.
So so when we come around, you'll see. Go just a little bit further and then pause it again. Yeah. Okay, you see all that space to cross?
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
Either
do you
on-
see
on either side. On either
Do
side.
you
Yeah,
see
either
any,
side.
Do you see any other rocks?
The one's way up in the far corner.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
but that's
okay.
not even on the trail.
You have to fail miserably to hit those.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is okay. So this is me. Florida Man's already was
What?
before that. So this is mine. So go ahead and play it. Oh, look how you see how I just look at that, right?
Oh, hold
Pretty
on,
easy.
hold on, wait. And I don't know if you can see it. Okay, you couldn't see it.
Okay.
But Florida man's face, as soon as he comes from behind the tree, was, oh fuck.
Yeah. And this is this is basically what I turned around to see. Okay.
Why is it still playing?
I don't know. Go back. So I turned around to see that. Now I didn't take the picture right then and there. We made sure he was okay first.
Right.
Yeah,
But you got to look at his right leg. Go ahead.
his left.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, his left, but
And all of the sudden.
then all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay. See the rock?
Mm-hmm.
You see how much room there is to cross? I mean,
I'm literally
He's
laying.
laying down.
I'm laying across the entire trail of where I could have went.
now he's in the creek. He face down, but he was on a little bit of a rise there, so
Mm-hmm.
he was breathing.
And my
everything.
head's actually, there's a small rock that if I would have ran over, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I'm resting my head on.
But the one big rock, and he actually, you can see his bike path. He went to the wrong side of the rock.
How the hell did he end up all the way over there?
Now, if you look at his left leg closely,
Yeah.
you can tell it's a little mangled.
It's not quite attached anymore.
Wait until they flip him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it. So I got a little video of the medics taking care of him and stuff. And let me tell you, by this point, he was fucking ripped.
Oh,
He was high off his ass. They gave him fentanyl first. Okay, pretty
So
cool.
okay, I just want to say I was laying in the creek bed
I'm
for
pretty
probably.
sure a leg isn't supposed to bend that direction.
No. You see how?
You should have seen it when he first did it.
Yeah.
So okay. So rewind real quick. So I was probably laying in that creek bed for a total of an hour,
at least
a solid hour, if not probably hour 15.
Yeah.
15 minutes of that was probably just calling 911, getting the first cop to show up there, figuring out where I was from when Florida Man met him on the road. So that was the first 15 minutes. The next
how
one,
far away from like parking lots and all
Half
that?
mile.
About a half a mile.
In
a valley.
Pretty treacherous.
yeah.
So they had to walk a half a mile to.
Well, so they tried a bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see this. So
when
here they're getting them on that because they're getting ready to transport them.
Right.
So when the EMTs finally arrived after probably half an hour of me laying there,
Yeah.
and that's when I started to go real
he was in and out.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm feeling a little woozy. This is what he's telling me.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm feeling a little woozy.
Yeah, it's called shock.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, his adrenaline was wearing off.
That's
I said,
exactly what I said. I'm like, I think my adrenaline's wearing off. I'm feeling really fucking tired.
I said, okay. I said, you hear the sirens? He said, yeah. I said, they're close, dude. They got to get to us. You got to stay awake with me. You know, I was there. He was running through fucking briar patches and everything else to get to these guys. His legs were all fucking bloody. I should have put your legs in here.
There is a picture in the group.
Yeah, his legs were fucking all kinds of bloody.
So as soon as they got there, the first thing they did after checking me, is it just your knee? How's your head? How's your back? Whatever. First thing they did was shot me with fentanyl.
Well, they said, "You're not on any narcotics, are you?" He was like, "Huh?" Like, no, good enough for us. and threw that fentanyl in him.
Well, let's give him 50. No, give him 100.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Ooh."
I legit told because there's a guy that's
there's
basically
a fentanyl epidemic in this country.
there's a guy that's basically kneeing at my head. If I would have lifted up, I probably could hit his dick. I'm like, whoa! I just feel like I just gave myself a fucking sternal.
No, that was after the Special K.
Yeah.
No. That was when they hit me with the fentanyl. When the fentanyl started kicking, that's when I told him that.
Well, I don't think so. I think you're because the fentanyl calms you down.
Yeah. Well, I felt more awake. I felt
that was the ketamine that gets you going. They're like, all right, we're not going to shoot him with the ketamine until we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So first thing, he's still laying there and everything. They called like 3 cities.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, how are we going to get him out of here?
Like Ravenna and Newton Falls, and then whichever other
Berlin.
Yeah.
Berlin.
This is
there.
Lake Milton. Berlin brought a side by side. They're like, all right, we'll try and get the side by side down there, right? They tried
a little like a razor, like one of those razor carts, or
couldn't even get a side by. That's how like
deep, tight, and deep it was.
And it's just this fucking part, just this part of the fucking thing. They couldn't get a side by side, so they're like, all right, well, fuck this. We're gonna have to carry him out. So this is what you see. They shoot him up with ketamine first off, and that gets him going. He's like, whoa, hell yeah, yeah. He was pretty stoked. You can play it.
Watch his left leg.
Yeah, you can see it's already in the air right now. It's
not bending.
He wasn't too happy about that. They took the wrong shoe off. So his other foot that was semi-okay
they probably didn't want to take that shoe off.
They do, and they throw them at me. You'll see.
Okay.
Here's the trophy.
Watch this. This is the great part. Oh, they're taking that shoe off. Oh, yeah.
I didn't see this part.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, man. I gotta get this shoe off.
Look at fucking space.
Your leg looks pretty fucking mangled, man.
Your left leg looks like a satyr's leg right now.
So real quick, hold on, real quick. Right after I hit the rock and I fell off, I landed on my ass. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, we'll be okay. I go to sit up. I look down at my knee. My knee is concaved. I'm like, I am not all right, and just flip over, and then I laid on my stomach till they flipped me. Just then.
He tried to get up.
He did.
Saw his leg. This stayed on the ground. This part moved up,
and he was like, no.
And he's like, don't let me look at my leg.
He said, I can't look.
No, I can't look. If I look at it, I'm fucked. I'm screwed.
Yeah. So they're putting him on this backboard because now they just got to carry him out.
Yeah.
There's no other way to get, they're just like, okay, we got to carry him out.
And by the way, there was a lot of branches they tripped over.
Oh, I'm sure.
You probably felt it the entire time.
So they shot him up. This was the mistake the medics make. They shoot him up and they're going to roll him over. That's not the mistake. The mistake is they handed him syringes of ketamine.
Big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see in the video, he's got him in his hands. You'll see in the video, he turns around and goes...
I remember looking, because as I'm getting carried away, I remember looking, actually, he took a picture of it. I'm just looking up, and I just see Florida Man with 2 syringes kind of just like this, and just the biggest shit-eating grin on
He
his
was
face.
so happy. The medic was like, can you hold this? And he's like, yeah!
How many did you take home with you?
I'm not going to say.
I remember just in that little transport thing, just, oh my God, there's a bunch of trees. That's really highway. Look up. Oh, hi, Florida Man.
He's just fucking, and he's high as hell. The guys are talking to him.
It was
They just
funny.
cut off his Motley Crue.
Yeah.
They cut off his Motley
My
Crue
Motley
t-shirt,
Crue
concert
shirt.
t-shirt.
But all I remember at this point was, I think it was that cop that's
Yeah.
up there
It is
with
that
the
cop.
beard and,
Yes.
the beanie.
It was him.
He's like, all right, tell me about the Motley Crue concert. I'm like, it's still hitting me. So I'm all dazed. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Then as soon as they started taking me out, I'm like, which one of you asked about the Motley Crue concert? He's like, oh, I did, man. How was it? I'm like, oh, it was actually pretty good. We saw him with Def Leppard and Joan Jett and Poison. It was actually a great show for how fucking old they are.
So let it play, because then I do have that picture of you getting walked out.
I can't believe they cut your clothes off. Like,
Oh,
I broke 7 ribs and they let me.
They
helped
cut
me
my-
out of the
they
shirt.
I know,
cut
I'm
my-
thinking that same thing.
They cut my shirt there. In the ambulance, they cut my shorts. And then once they were in the hospital, and once I got up to Cleveland, the emergency room, they cut off my underwear.
Oh, they did cut your underwear off.
Yeah. So I was
So
basically
your
just
dingling was hanging
I
out.
was rocking
Play.
full gown. Why wanted to tell that part of the story?
Well, you can tell the story in the video. Nobody else can see the video. I'll make it public if you don't care.
I don't care.
Okay, then I'll make it public.
If they're fine with seeing it, fuck it.
This is called Lake Milton State Park. Unfinished business.
So
I mean, for the most part,
couldn't
his
put a
face is
splint.
obscured anyways, so...
Well, yes and no. It's not because of the following pictures that are going to come up, but
And I think in the other video you can see our faces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
good point. Yeah.
yeah, Florida Man, did you already look back at me? Because you were super fucking stoked. You must have already looked back.
Oh, that's when they rolled him over, and I was like, ah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I was doing down there. I forgot all
That's
this was
okay.
happening.
Yeah, that's.
By the way, I lost those shoes. I don't know where they went.
That's fine.
What? Oh, your shoes?
Yeah, because I took them off because they were soaking
Yeah,
wet.
I
and I don't know
fucking
where they
soaked.
went.
Keep in mind, though, the weather's about 50-something degrees.
Mhm.
It wasn't a bad day. We're in shorts and T-shirts
Right.
riding through the woods.
Yeah,
we were
but
not
they're
prepared. We were not prepared for what the rest of the night.
Being in the creek bed for an hour.
No.
He just looks like Joe Cool laying there with his glasses
Oh,
on.
yeah.
There it is!
Look at that grin on his face, too.
I felt fucking fantastic
This
here.
motherfucker is high as hell.
I'm just having a jolly old conversation the whole time. That's me once I finally got my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be continued.
And, okay, so there's a whole lot more to this story, and maybe you remember. I think you probably do at this point because those drugs probably wore off. By the time we
So I got into the ambulance, and that's when all the ketamine and fentanyl wore off.
yeah, they
I
timed it
was
great.
shaking like a crack addict. Like I hadn't smoked in 3 months. It was bad. So they're like, okay, so they throw on like 3 blankets on me, and they're like, okay, let's throw on the heat. Oh fuck, the heat doesn't work back here. Okay, how far is it to the hospital where we're going? About 20-25 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, so I mean,
Were they rolling lights and sirens?
Oh yeah.
we were
really?
Oh yeah.
we were about
And
at this point we were probably about 2 hours past the time that we would have been done.
Done.
Yeah.
We were about the furthest from our cars that you can get.
Mhm.
Yeah. We were on the other side of the lake.
Yeah. So luckily, I had picked 31 up and driven him. So I'm sitting there with 3 fucking bikes, all by myself. I'm like, fuck, man, how are we gonna do this?
Florida man, you rode in the ambulance with him?
No, I had to carry the drugs.
He followed me to the thing so he can carry the syringes.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had the syringes in his hand, remember?
Yeah. They gave me the ketamine.
Right, so he was escorting them out, basically.
Yeah, you have such a trusting face.
Yeah.
fucking juice.
It was crazy because when the medics and the cops and everyone came in, they all came from different directions.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
had no fucking
Some
clue.
were up on a fucking ridge 20 feet high, and they're like, oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, that was the first cop.
Yeah.
Now, another cop came from nowhere. I had a medic that came from behind me. I'm like, okay. So they had no clue where they were going. So he escorted them out because he had run that path a few times now.
At least like 4 or 5 times down and back.
Hey, we're over here.
And so he escorted him out. And luckily, I had one guy pass, and he's like, what happened? He's like, oh, I don't know. I said, yeah, I mean, whatever. And I was actually just going to wait on him, and we were just going to figure it out. I don't know how else we're going to get. I have all their gear. I have all of our bikes. Luckily, a guy had just started, and he was in the North Head Trail, which is about a half mile away. He had just started. He stopped, and he's like, well, he goes, I have a pickup truck. He said we can ride the bikes individually up and then walk back down, and then so that's what we ended up doing. He was super fucking nice about it. And by the time that I got back up there, the Ohio State's park rangers were there. And,
ODNR.
Yeah, ODNR was there. And it was actually really funny because he was like, oh, how do you spell his name? He's like, they called me and like, everyone's gone. Nobody's around. He's like, I have no information.
And by the way, I gave this cop his information like twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like 3 times just to get his name right. And then he goes, which most normal people do not know. He's like, do you know his address? And I just rattled it off. And he was like, and I know.
How the fuck do you know that?
I know he was super confused about it, and I didn't really say anything. But it's like, well, we're mailmen, like we know addresses, right? Like things like that. We just know that shit. But he looked at me all kinds of weird because I just rattled off his address, like didn't have to figure it out or nothing.
You want his birthday?
Yeah. And he was like, how do you guys know all this? I'm like, well, their birthdays are a couple days apart. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was super funny.
Yeah, it's not common for guys to know that kind of detailed information.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so thankfully he gave me a ride back. Florida man rode with the other guy who had all our bikes because he had no clue where the South Lot even was. We get to the South Lot, and me and Florida man have to piss. Man, bad. We
For over an hour we were standing there.
We have to
Didn't
piss.
take a piss.
We have to piss. I mean, it sucked. And the fucking park ranger wouldn't leave.
Yeah, he just sat there.
He sat there in the parking lot, like he was probably typing up his report or anything like that. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I'm like, Florida man, I said, this sucks, but we're just gonna have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So we get to the hospital, 25 minutes away.
Wow.
Either way, there's only 2 hospitals, and both of them were equal distance away.
It was either, I forget where I was.
St. Elizabeth and Youngstown.
In Youngstown, or I forget where the...
Ravenna.
No, it wasn't Ravenna.
Yeah, it was UH Portage.
Portage, that's, yeah.
Which was in Ravenna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh, fuck it. So I put it in the GPS and we go.
Oh, by the way, they did make that decision when he was rolling away.
Yeah, they told us first he was going to Youngstown. Luckily, he was there to hear that because we were going to Youngstown.
Yeah.
And they had my phone, so they couldn't have even called like, hey, where are you at?
Speaking of phones,
Is Papa 31 here?
he's somewhere.
He might be able to explain this part better.
So 31 was laying in the creek bed, soaking wet, and I said, do you know your dad's phone number? And he said, yes. Luckily. So he gave me his phone number. He said, can you just call him, let him know where I'm going, and whatever. I said, yeah, no problem. I called him. Didn't even go to voicemail. Just fucking denied.
Yeah.
I don't even think it rang.
They didn't.
And I called him. I must have called him 4 times. And I'm like, whatever. Eventually, I sent him a text. And I said, hey, this is my real name.
Mm-hmm. So, a little bit of backstory. Apparently, my dad and my mom were out on a walk taking the dogs for a walk.
Okay.
And he got the text from you saying, hey, this is
blank.
your real name
Yeah.
because you said your real name, not Papa Smurf, which he knows you by Papa Smurf. He's like, hey, this is your real name. Call me.
Yeah.
He looks over at Mom. He's like, I don't know real name. I don't know anyone with that name. Plus a call from your city. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Delete it or swipe it over, delete it. And then about 5 minutes later, got another text from him. Swipe it, delete it. Oh, well, whatever. And then I think about
I know I called a couple. I called more, but come to find out,
and then he got a call from Florida Man while my family was having dinner.
And the reason he called was because he's like, all right, I have a Florida phone number. Maybe he'll put it together, right?
Because we called him Florida Man.
You're getting all these calls, and he's like, I'm Florida Man. I have a Florida number. Maybe he'll answer. Nope, blocked.
Damn.
Blocked.
Like
It's because I tried to call on the way to the hospital.
Because my brother said, well, somebody sold your information, so you're probably getting hit with a bunch of scammers right now.
and so we get to the hospital. I get in the back. I have his phone. I pull
And at no point during the texting, you could have said, hey,
Your
31
son's in the hospital.
No, because I didn't want to do that over text. I don't know. I just didn't want to do that over text. It's a lot easier to.
Or I'm friends with 31.
Or I'm Papa Smurf.
Right. And maybe that's what I should have done. But I didn't. I wasn't thinking like that. I was like, this is who I am. You need to call me.
Right.
You know what I mean? We were rushing. I mean, it was.
There's Papa 31.
Yeah, there's Papa 31.
We're talking about you're blocking everyone.
Yeah, blocking everyone when we're trying to let you know that your son was in the hospital.
I get a text. I get home. I was here, raking leaves. I get home. Wife and I decide to walk dog. And all of a sudden I'm walking to get a text. I look up and it says, hey, this is Joe, for the lack of the right name.
Yeah.
Give me a call. So I go to my wife. I says, who the hell's Joe? I don't know. Because maybe it's the wrong person. All right. So we keep going. And I think I got a second text from that. Like, well, wrong one. Slide it over and delete the text.
Mm-hmm.
So we get home, and I said, son of a bitch, I just missed a call from Florida. And she goes, I don't know. So I have no voicemail. So then...
It didn't even let us leave a voicemail.
Because it's not in my contacts.
No.
So next thing you know, I missed another call from Florida. And my other son goes, somebody hacked your information, so you're going to get all these spam calls. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Voop, slide, block that call. So I blocked that number.
Yeah.
So my wife made chili, so we're sitting down eating chili, and all of a sudden I get I get a call from 31. And he goes, hey, remember...
Which, by the way, so Papa Smurf met me at my house to pick me up before we went to Lake Milton. And as my dad was here helping me with some yard work.
Yeah.
And and right as he left, he's like, all right, I just don't want to hear no calls from the emergency room. So the first thing I say is, hey, remember how you don't want any calls from the emergency room?
Well, you just got one.
Well.
Yeah, that's exactly how he said it, too.
Well, I won't be in the emergency room for very long. We move me up to recovery soon. But
No.
sarcasm.
No, so this month...
No.
So we have Apple phones, and I'm sure Android's the same way. You can set up, like, emergency contacts and things like that.
Yeah.
Guess what he has set up?
Emergency contact.
Nothing.
No.
What?
No. Because that's the first thing we checked. I was like, did you see if his dad's numbers in the emergency contact?
Yeah, well, at first we thought the numbers were wrong. That's all. We just thought he gave me the wrong number. He was just fucking high off his ass. He don't fucking know. But no, the numbers were right. We were just totally denied.
Turned down.
So then we're sitting there in the ER.
Turned down for what?
Yeah. So then we're sitting there in the ER.
Drop the marker.
Papa 31's on his way at that point, and we're sitting there in the ER.
53 miles, mind you, from my house.
Yeah.
Hospital.
Yeah, and that was the closer hospital to him. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, what do you want out of? Because I had all his gear and everything. I'm like, what do you need? What do you want? And he was like, just my keys. And I'm like, okay. And I patted my pockets, and I'm like, I'll go to my car and get them. My keys weren't in my pocket. Now, I have one of those supposedly smart vehicles where you can't lock your keys in the car. So I'm like, oh, fuck. My keys were in my bag. My hydration pack, it's got a little hook on it so they don't get lost, right? Well, in the whole shuffle of things, I wasn't thinking. I didn't put the key in my pocket. I got out of my car, locked my car, right? But the car's not supposed to lock with the key in it.
Right.
Well, I get out to my car, and I go to unlock or open the door, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Of all fucking times that it doesn't recognize that my key is in the fucking car, it locked the doors. It's in the back seat in my pack. Now, my pack, mind you, all of our packs, they're insulated. And they have, like, pretty good RFID blockers because of the insulation and everything that's in it. So it recognized that my key was far enough away that it was not inside the car, but did not recognize that it was inside the car. Son of a bitch.
Don't worry, I just set up my emergency contact.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
And
PSA, everybody out there, make sure you have emergency contacts in your phone.
and set it up on that screen so people can they can't get into your phone, but they can see who to call. They
can make a call off the phone.
Can you make the call off the
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah,
If it's, I think it's in the emergency. Yeah,
You can access emergency contacts when it's in the lock mode.
Which is
That's
good
why it's
because
there.
then maybe we would have had our call answered.
Yes.
But so I'm like, well, at least we're not going anywhere anytime soon because he was an hour away and
I'm not moving.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Shivering.
Oh,
He was so cold.
I was still so cold. So by the time I got to the ER in Ravenna, they had thrown 6 blankets on me in what they call a bear hug, which is like an inflatable blanket that just brings in heat and just settles that down. I was
Mostly because you were laying there in the cold and wet for so long.
And now he's naked.
Now I basically just had my skivvies on.
Hypothermia.
Yeah, I was borderline hypothermic. Yeah.
Did you tell them that they cut the Motley Crue shirt?
Yeah, that's the first thing we did. Yeah.
And so my keys are locked in my car. I get roadside assistance on the way because I'm like, well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, so it doesn't really fucking matter. When me and Florida Man first walked in that room, it was atrocious. There was fucking leaves and dirt and just everything everywhere. One sock. The one sock with the leg that they actually did mark an X on this time, so they knew which one was the right one. And that sock was under my chair somehow. I don't fucking know. Like,
probably when they were just shuffling me off, they just threw whatever I had on.
Were
they just threw
offering like life-saving fucking measures at this point? I don't understand. The room was atrocious. They wheeled him out to go get a CAT scan, and it was like, oh, we brought the woods with us. And I was like, boy, this doesn't look very clean for a hospital. I was being a smart ass, you know?
By the way, the one sock I did have on, I probably kept on my leg till like Monday.
After surgery.
Actually, no, I think it was Sunday night when they cut off my underwear. I was like, you know what, fuck, I have nothing else on, so I'll just cut that off.
Yeah. And then he texts me in Florida Man, and he goes, so I had a leaf on my back until Monday afternoon.
No, Tuesday afternoon.
Mind you, Monday you had the surgery?
So Sunday I went up to Cleveland in their ER.
Sunday night, yeah.
Yes, and spent the night in the ER up there. Then they moved me to the OR to get the whatever, which we'll talk about what they did in my knee. They did that even after in the recovery room, and then I finally got a room, and I still had it on. It wasn't until Tuesday when the OT and PT people came in, and then they tried to get me up, and they realized that they had to tie my gown back behind my neck. They realized, oh, there's still a leaf on your back.
So think of how many times he changed beds.
I shuffled beds because I also had to get an MRI scan in the middle of the night, and how many times they sent me off to somewhere else. So I probably shuffled bed a dozen times in that whole...
And nobody ever caught it.
Ever caught it.
And in a sterile environment such as a surgery...
Right.
He's still got Lake Milton with him. on his back. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Unfortunately, you did not keep it.
No, I don't know where. Probably
in the trash.
In the trash can.
Yeah. Where else?
Probably one of those I should have just framed and hang up right now.
Fuck yeah.
Right next to the clock and the Corey Taylor poster.
You definitely should have
That's okay.
Right in fucking center.
We're going to give you the rock for a front yard ornament.
No, that rock's going in the house somewhere. We'll clean that rock off, and that's going in the house.
No, you can see there's definitely a scrape on the rock.
We'll put it right at the base of the bottom of the stairs so he can walk past it.
Past it every time.
Just on the right side.
but with plenty of room to get by it. No, I'm saying he'll find it anyways.
Right.
We'll give him 6 feet of fucking room.
Use that as a doorstop. Keep the door all the way open.
He's gonna kick it in the middle of the night.
Still hit it.
Motherfucker! This motherfucking rock!
That's my good foot.
Fuck you guys! Yeah, so, you went up to Cleveland and basically you shattered.
So I got the MRI results. No photos, but I was able to... I'll probably ask for those when I do my checkup.
Yeah.
Of what all went in there. Now, pardon my language, because this is a bunch of medical terms, and I am not smart. So, obviously, they noticed that there's I think there's 2 plates on either side, plus probably 5 or 6 screws to keep the knee in place. There's a full thickness tear of the posterior cruciate ligament, the lateral collateral ligament, medial and lateral patellofemoral ligaments, and the biceps femoris tendon. So the LCL, the PCL, the biceps femoris tendon, which is one of the major muscles, and the hamstring that connects to the knee. And then I think a couple other small ones in there.
So when's your next meet?
Supposed to be January 14th. That's a big word. Communited.
You want to let Florida man try?
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
That's going to be even better.
A communitive fracture of the tibial eminence at the ACL attachment with intact ACL fiber. So that means that the tibia bone that connects to the knee at the tibia plateau, is what they called it, is shattered.
Yeah.
So there was nothing. Even not like a clean break or anything. It was just destroyed.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the rock won.
Tearing of the lateral meniscus at the anterior horn of the posterior root, tearing of the medial meniscus at the posterior horn and posterior root. So I basically tore the whole meniscus, which is the tendon that keeps the kneecap in place. Yeah. Grade 3 strain of the biceps femoris and a grade 1 strain of the popliteus muscle, which is another muscle that runs on the back side of the knee, probably just to keep the whole thing in place.
Yeah, stable.
Yeah, stable. And then...
Well, then we can say you don't do it right.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Then a heterogeneous signal and thickening of the fibular nerve without frank discontinuity. Findings can be seen in the same. So, just bunch of swelling and blood just hanging out there. And then a large amount of soft tissue and hemorrhage throughout the knee.
Oh.
Yeah, basically fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found out that they put what they call concrete in my knee to help
okay.
stabilize it.
Nice.
So
Fill in the missing pieces.
yeah. In place of the missing pieces that they probably just sucked out and threw out.
You are now the bionic man.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going to be going through airport security every time.
Oh, TSA is going to love him.
At least they'll see exactly what it is. Put him through the box.
So they were actually
they're gonna strip search him and probe him.
They were actually concerned that there was too much swelling in the knee, that I'd have to get like a big full on Forrest Gump brace along the knee and screws along the whole up and down both sides of the knee to reduce the swelling. Then I'd have to come back and do the surgery to what I have now.
Yeah, which luckily
there wasn't as much swelling as they hoped for.
That's good.
So
yeah.
Well, glad you're out of the hospital and in good spirits.
Yeah. So conspiracy theory is now Florida Man's next.
Yeah,
because the Diplomat basically poisoned the food somehow. Some voodoo witch doctor practice.
Poison that Igusi man bussy food.
Yeah,
You know what it is? It's because we didn't promise it would be there for Bruno.
No, that's a
could be.
good point.
Hey, he'll be available now.
Yeah.
How
God,
long have you been out for?
I've been out. Yeah, out for a week. So
Florida man, 3 more weeks.
He's got 3 more weeks. Exactly.
So they said that I am non-weight bearing for 6 to 8 weeks, which means no pressure on the foot, and then at the longest 12 weeks of no pressure on the foot.
Yeah.
Then I can start putting pressure on it, and probably will start doing PT after that.
Yeah, you're at least 4 months away from anything.
Well, good luck, because I've been out since the beginning of September. I swear I've gained 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I
already told him
in 6 weeks, because I've just been sitting around doing nothing.
I mean, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I already told my friends that I'm not worried about dieting or whatever. I'm just going to have fucking whatever.
At this point, you may as well.
And then once that 6 to 12 weeks is up and I can actually start walking around, then I'll start worrying about
something,
eating somewhat right. And all
just a note for you. The local public library has video games to rent.
Score!
Yeah.
That's true.
Problem is my Xbox doesn't have a disc drive.
Oh, but mine does.
Yeah. It was the only one available at the time. I was like,
what about your PS5? Is that digital?
A disc drive, yeah.
They PS5.
Yeah, we were talking about
they're not gay.
Playing games together because, we're both just sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah, I got Spider-Man 2 to play.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
It's
nice.
been fun.
Fuck you. So Florida man, you got 3 weeks. Live it up. Who knows? In 3 weeks, we might go to Hartville and maybe the ground
3 weeks, it might have escalated to full-on death.
My fear is going to be paralyzed.
Right. It's going to be something.
Like full-on decapitation or some shit.
Yeah.
And for what?
Or amputation.
What are you getting out of this, Diplomat?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
Just one
about.
overtime, man. That's my line.
Coincidence.
That's my line.
Coincidence.
I'm the one that's supposed to get the damn overtime here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I talked to the boss. I'm like,
getting all
hey, if
the
you need me
overtime
for overtime, on Monday, he's like, yeah, we don't need you. I'm like, okay, I'll see you Tuesday then.
But
that's when I start back.
But in reality, they would probably need you because it's Monday after a holiday. But whatever.
I told him
they would have called him in on Saturday saying they needed him.
Well, I talked to him.
I know, but to say that they don't need him on a Monday after a holiday.
I had my final physical therapy and doctor's appointment on Thursday, and I stopped in the office to drop off the release to work paperwork, and I said, he said I already got Saturday covered, so don't worry about that. I'm like, okay, I'll see you Monday. I'm like, well, that's my schedule on this day. Do you want me in for overtime?
Yeah.
He's like, nah. I'm like, okay, I'll see you Tuesday.
But, yeah.
So my first day back after 6 weeks off is going to be on an ad day.
Nice.
Guess who's asking for extra time?
Hey, guess you might have some time taken away.
I'll tell you, as long as I can get back to delivering my route as it is, we all know my route. My route is fucking huge.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a rude awakening.
Which I think is funny that the CCA that quit was on Vikings route.
Yeah, not mine.
Yeah, not the one that's on yours has been doing like 4 or 5 hours at a time on yours. Doesn't mind it.
Yeah,
he hates the beginning, which is
everybody
fair.
hates the beginning.
Which is totally failed.
I hate the beginning.
Yeah, but
that's what I always get. So I guess I just don't care.
He quit on Vikings route, which is 2 hours less.
Yeah,
and 1,000 times easier.
But I did say, my route hasn't had a carrier robbed at gunpoint.
I haven't been robbed at gunpoint.
No, you haven't, but your route has.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, it wasn't alleged.
No, it wasn't alleged.
No,
allegedly.
No, because I was right across the street and I fucking hightailed it over there. I got there before the cops did.
Yeah, I wasn't too far behind.
Yeah. And we all met basically at your last park point.
Yeah.
So that does suck. If anybody wants to see the video, I'll make it public. I don't care. Whatever. It's a fun video to watch if you like watching mountain bike videos. I do. I enjoy it. It's kind of
which is kind of annoying because on the ride up we were going to talk about doing a podcast of just us three
about our
biking
adventures.
Yeah, and then we'll overlay it with the commentary that we recorded and all that.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that would be just kind of
fun.
fun.
You took that away from us.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can still do it.
Not in
maybe
4
I can
weeks.
He can be on it just watching the video going, oh, wow, that looks really cool.
Hey, if everyone, me and you are about the same height. Maybe I can borrow your bike.
It's in my garage. I'm charging him storage fees right now.
We're not the
Did you
same
ever
height.
find that
I
scratch?
said about.
On his bike?
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't look.
That's what everyone keeps saying. Is like, well, how's the bike? I'm like, I've been told the bike is perfectly
That's what everybody
fine.
asks
Yeah, bike's fine.
Yeah.
Bike's
Like,
fine.
how's the bike? I don't know. I haven't been able to get to it for 4 weeks.
Yeah. Your bike definitely has some road rash, but
Actually, I was looking at the windshield.
yeah.
I've got sandpaper that goes down to like 5,000 like polishing grit,
Okay.
and it's a wet sandpaper. I'm gonna try to polish that
Yeah, you
windshield
may as
screen.
well.
And then buff it out.
Yeah.
It's not like it goes all the way across. It's
No,
just
it's just on the
outside.
side, and it's not that deep, so I think I might be able to polish that out.
Oh, well, there you go.
The saddlebag,
Yeah, you got to replace.
there was some fender damage on the front fender,
Okay.
or not fender, but wheel guard.
Yeah, fender.
But once again, a little bit of sanding, some primer, match
Yeah.
the paint color.
Nice.
Probably won't be able to tell. It's not like dented; it's just scraped the paint off.
Great. Nice. Yeah, the guy
So-
that was helping me move our bikes, I said, all right, well, this is the same bike as mine, so I know how to ride it. I know it's fine. I said, but I don't know if his bike's okay to ride out. And he's like, I'll try it. This dude, he must have been like a fucking professional or something. He's hitting all those fucking hills like, doo, 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 like nothing's wrong. I'm like, like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck do you do this? And mind you, he's been biking the entire season, so he was much more in shape than I was, especially since I've been sitting around doing nothing this whole time. So I pretty much walked the bikes out for the most part, because those are some pretty crazy.
Those are some steep hills.
Steep, and
Yeah.
there's
Especially when you're considering biking or walking.
Yeah, and he wrote it out. He's like, "Oh no, bike's fine, everything's good." I'm like, "Okay, he's
Brakes
not going
suck.
to be using it."
yeah, brakes probably suck.
Did he say the brakes suck?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you have disc brakes. You have disc
Yeah.
brakes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You probably locked them bitches up. Yeah. No, we'll have to get that fixed. But at least you didn't taco your tire.
It's true.
There's got to be a scrape somewhere because there was a
The
red scrape across the.
It's probably
rock.
on the underneath.
Could be.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's pretty muddy.
It's all about character.
God, I wish you would have been recording on yours.
Well,
Dude, the handlebars went around twice.
oh yeah, that's probably why your brakes suck, because the cables are probably
Mhm.
stretched.
Right.
Which that's an easy fix.
Are yours hydraulic brakes?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're just cable driven. Yeah, so once I got the keys to my car unlocked, I text Papa 31, I text Florida Man, and I said, hey, if you want to come get his stuff, come on out. And the first thing we did was get his GoPro. We're like, oh, let's see this. And I'm looking, and I'm like, those aren't fucking videos. The one fucking video that's on there was when... So Florida Man had actually shut his camera off. I come and I turned it back on accident. And so I was going to turn it off again. There's like a 1 second video. And it was of me turning his camera on and then turning it back off. The rest of them, I'm just like, these aren't fucking videos. And we're all like, what the fuck? Like, we wanted to see this, you know? Like, yeah, whatever. We got lots of photos. It is what
Well,
it
once
is.
he's back to riding, we'll just have to recreate it.
Except this time, Florida Man will hit the rock.
No.
I know that if we do end up trailing again, once I cross that wooden bridge, I'm stopping and I'm walking across.
I might
as long as the
and then
weather,
break your tailbone.
yeah, that bottom rock is pretty slippery. If
Yeah.
you try and stop on that, and
That's why I'm saying as soon as I cross the wooden bridge, I'm gonna walk across.
walk it, and that way you can get
Yeah.
because you don't want to step in that water. I mean, you laid in it for an hour, but I had to step in it a lot, and I was coherent.
Oh, poor you.
And I was coherent, and I'm telling you that wet feet was not cool.
Mm-mm.
And then we had wet feet the entire time in the hospital because
Imagine them taking off the wrong shoe and then having
They
a
did.
wet foot. I'm like,
they did. They took off. And
the whole time I'm like,
You can see him.
Is my foot gonna be on my shoe? I want to put it on something.
You could see him. You could see him in the video, like trying to hold up his good leg because they took that fucking shoe off, and now he's like, I don't want to put it.
And then my hip and my ass started to cramp, so that meant I was shaking even more. I'm like,
yeah. It was pretty good. At one point, he goes, "Hey, can you move that rock off of my left foot?"
So the first cop that showed up, apparently he stood on the rock,
the big rock,
and I felt my knee, felt like a whole leg just moved with it
because it just shifted the ground. You know, you step on a rock, it moves. So it just shifted stuff,
just a little bit.
Can you please tell him to get off the rock? Can you please tell him to get off the rock? They're like, he's.
I was like,
foot's
what
not
rock?
under the rock.
I was like, what rock? He's like, the rock under my left leg. And I'm like, well, I don't think you can feel your left leg, but
I felt something move. Please tell him to get off.
I said, 31, there's not a rock there. And he was like, oh.
Just fuck.
Oh, that's not good.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't get any kind of support from my knee until I went to the ER around 10:30 in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Is when they finally put a cast on, like a makeshift cast on.
Something to keep it
just
immobile.
Stabilize it.
So I was...
So it's easier to move him around.
So it was just loose in the wind for probably 8 hours, just dangling.
Oh, when I got to the Cleveland ER,
yeah,
wasn't allowed to go back because there was a trauma. And the trauma was there was a shooting because... Slowly but surely, the whole family, all 18 of them, was piling in, sitting next to me. 3 of them were sobbing. 2 Cleveland detectives are there, taking 3 at a time into a back room and talking to them.
Oh, jeez.
So that was the trauma. Plus, the ambulance and I was flying to get there, and the ambulance pulled in 2 minutes after I did. Now, you have to go through security to get into the ER.
Oh, yeah.
So I got right up to security, and I went to put my foot through, and I went, shit. I looked at the guard, and he goes, what? I go, well, I have a pocket knife in my pocket. And I go, can you hold it? And he goes, nope.
Yeah.
Back to the car, and I'm like, shit. All the way back up to the 4th floor of the parking
deck.
And he doesn't have good legs either because of the surgery he had.
Yeah.
Though he's a lot better now, but
I just went back to work this past week after 2 months off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
So I didn't leave the hospital until about 11:15 at night.
Mm-hmm. I was looking over and he was starting to head bob. I'm like, just go home. I'll be fine.
I'm going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
600 miles in 3 days I put on my car.
Going up and down and...
Back and forth to that hospital here, Portage to Cleveland home.
Damn. Jeez. Yeah, I know I put a few more miles than I intended, but... because actually going up to that hospital where we were, it put me even further from home, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And, it is what it is. I don't really care, but...
Yeah, I was planning on coming to visit you in the hospital, and then you sent that text saying, hey, I'm getting released. And I'm like, well, I guess...
Yeah, they weren't fucking around with him. They were like, get the fuck out!
I was told in the ER in Cleveland that I'll probably be here for 2 or 3 days after surgery. So I figured, surgery Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. So that's what I was figuring. But Tuesday, they're like, all right, we're going to get your discharge set up. I'm like,
yeah, I had PT on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I was going to go up to visit you, and then I don't know where Papa 31 lives, and I'm like, I'll just see him on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
this doctor's a good, fine Irish lad. So.
Nice Irish on his mom's side.
Yeah.
So we'll be around. Hopefully you'll heal up, and we'll keep making fun of you, and because why not?
I mean, this is really a special occasion. We have our first
guest. Yeah.
Which is what I said. I was like, once we realized that we're going to do this in the living room, and and obviously my dad's here to just to help me out. I'm like, you're going to be our first guest.
Yep, absolutely. And he didn't even call in. We have this whole thing.
The acoustics in here where I can hear him just fine over the mic.
Yeah. We definitely he come through just good. I did pump up Florida Man's mic to get him, but So on another note, like I said, we wish you well, and we'll be here to make fun of
Of
you.
course, everyone thinks it's my porch scar knee.
Yeah.
Everyone that's like,
No, you had to even it out.
yeah, it was like,
Yeah,
oh, is
yeah,
it the same knee
yeah.
you fell through the porch? Like, no, it's my other one. Like, God, you just want to make it even. Like,
Yeah, you just got to even it out. It's cool.
They're
you
like,
know?
You have to have balance in your life.
I wish I had that. Or else I would. So, of course, I tell everyone, what all happened, and they're like, God damn, if you're going to fuck up your knee, you're going to fuck up your knee. I'm like, well, if you're going to do something, do it fucking 100%, or else there's no point in doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. Why not?
No point in just
Of course,
like
now
a
I
little.
feel like a letdown. I only broke 7 out of the 10 ribs.
Right, yeah. Lightweight.
Yeah, no shit.
I shattered a bone and tore
Yeah.
like 8 ligaments.
I only had some minor fractures. Now I feel like, just...
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's what
doing
we're
it hard
saying.
enough.
It gets worse every single time. So now Florida Man's next.
Well, right. I started out, I have the one fracture, plus a fucking slew of other problems with my back. But the one fracture, 7 fractures, a fucking blown out leg. You're fucked.
I know.
You
I'm kind of scared of
Yeah,
what's going to happen.
He's gonna totally Wile E. Coyote a tree.
And then the diplomat's just going to be laughing for no goddamn reason. He put this curse on us. Do Nigerians have witch doctors?
Some do.
Okay, so see,
Some,
there we go.
Some believe in that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a shrine in your...
We've had this conversation, asshole.
I was just going to say, Joe.
Jobu, don't mess with Jobu's drum. Someone messed with somebody messed with Bruno, so don't mess with Jobu's drum.
That's it. Jobu. Major League.
Major League.
Oh,
The movie.
Sacrifice the chicken.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jesus Christ, there was
Hold on, let me get.
we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna start offending some motherfuckers right now.
Enough of this sappy bullshit. Let's start have some real fun.
Yeah, he was reading an article right before you got here, actually, and
Well, I sent it on Friday, and I asked the diplomat what his opinions were because it had to do with religion.
oh, that was the article.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Religion. Real or not?
So the title of the article is "The Vatican Approves Transgender People Receiving Baptism and Becoming Godparents."
Which, okay, fine, whatever.
Mhm. The Vatican's documents stated that the transgender people, including those who've received hormone replacement therapy or sex reassignment surgery, can be baptized under the same conditions as other believers, but only if there's no, quote, risk of generating public scandal or disorientation among the faithful.
This is the motherfucking Catholic goddamn church who doesn't want a scandal.
Again?
I mean,
Exactly.
aren't they built on scandals?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Everybody knows, right? That was their scandal. They take their fucking pedophile priests and they ship them elsewhere, so that way they're out of sight, out of mind. But they don't do anything about it.
So basically, that's their way of washing out and going, yeah, we're okay with it, but if our congregation's not, we can't do it.
Yeah.
But it's like motherfucking Catholic Church. You worried about a scandal? Who are you?
But donate more money.
Oh well, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they definitely want the money, and that was the Catholic Church that said that.
The Vatican.
The Vatican. So-
approved this.
So yeah,
So the Pope.
Yeah.
basically approved it. At least to
He should be
whatever
ashamed.
Cardinals or what? Oh goddamn! To write something like that and to say that we just want to avoid a scandal.
Well, they're wasting so much resources on covering up the other scandals. They don't have time
they
to
have
deal with
this
other
to cover up. What's going on?
Someone needs to get right with Sky Daddy.
This is further on in the
Which
article.
one?
Okay.
Additionally, the statement allows for transgender children and adolescents to be baptized as well, and added that there is no reason why transgender people cannot serve as witnesses at weddings. The document also specifies that a same-sex couple will be able to baptize a child who had been adopted or born via surrogate, providing there is a well-funded hope that he or she, doesn't include they, will be educated in the Catholic religion.
Okay, so I have several questions. Does the Catholic Church... Yeah, you can go ahead and write the Catholic Church on there because...
We're going to be on this one for a little while.
Does the Catholic Church accept same-sex marriage?
I think they do.
Officially,
Officially, they do.
Yeah,
they
officially the Vatican
they
has-
accept same or homosexuals in the religion. I don't know if they approve of the marriages.
So, well, do they
the
perform the
Vatican
marriages?
the Pope has come out and says he's okay with it.
He doesn't
It's
care who you
certain
love.
individual church. It's up to the individual churches. It's basically them saying, yeah, we're okay with it, but
Well, so they're like, oh, you're on an island by yourself. Go fuck yourself if you do something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, they're washing their hands of the individual churches. If the individual churches within the Catholic diocese has an issue with it, they're not going to force them to do it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, the Catholic Church, the Pope, he's okay with it.
This sounds like the beginning of the end for the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Christianity as a whole, but
Well,
Whoa. Settle down.
I'm not going to say Christianity as a
Oh,
whole.
look, you made him tear up.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. He was tearing up when you were first reading this article, because we had to stop reading the article because I lost it. I was like, what? The fucking Catholic Church is going to say something stupid like that? And
have you ever read the Bible? It's full of stupid.
yeah, well, that's true, and that's the whole Old Testament versus New Testament. Well, that's the Old Testament. We don't go by that. Or that's the New Testament. They just do whatever they want to fit their fucking.
They cherry pick whatever.
So, did
to
they
make it work.
say transgender babies?
Children?
They did,
Transgender children and adolescents could be baptized.
which in and of itself is a whole other talking point. But why? But then it says, I don't know how to. This doesn't make any sense.
So if
This whole thing
if they
doesn't
were
make any
already
sense.
raised by Catholic parents when they were born, they would have already been baptized.
Right.
So it just means that they can be rebaptized.
Yeah, because you changed your sex.
Well,
It deletes
But
it.
you didn't really change your identity.
But once you are who you are, if you're baptized already, you're baptized, right?
Yeah. Through that you have a place in the kingdom of heaven.
I think what they're doing with this statement is kind of opening it up to saying, if you come to our church, we'll accept you and anybody that's
As long as the
Catholic,
congregation,
right?
yeah.
as long as the congregation isn't
baptized?
offended.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a seat at the table.
Yeah, I was.
Hmm.
And
I was
that's,
actually-
that's why he's changed so much. He's already in.
Because it doesn't matter. He's in.
I was actually confirmed Catholic.
Oh, see, there you go. You
Yeah.
went through that. What is that?
Which-
CCD or CC?
Yeah, which really we can't. And this is just playing devil's advocate here.
Oh,
About grooming and all that.
Mm.
I can't. If you're under 18, you can't get into a legally binding contract.
Correct.
However, at 12, 13 years old, you can be confirmed into a religion, which is basically a verbal contract saying you will stay with the church for life.
Right. But, I mean, I guess you're kind of case in point there, right? Did you stay with the church for life?
No.
Well, you had a verbal contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck them.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's the fact that
Yeah.
you don't wait till the person is an adult to make the choice themselves. I was not given a choice to go through the confirmation courses and classes. I had to do
Right. Because your family, that was your family upbringing and shit like that.
that's where I had that issue. Like, you want to have confirmations, wait till they're an adult and they can make the choice themselves for their faith.
Yeah. And
Because without the direction of the parents. If you choose on your own to stay in the religion, all for it.
good on you.
But if your parents are telling you have to do this or else,
Well, yeah.
you're
that-
not really choosing. You're not really choosing that religion. You're being told to do
Right.
it, and that's not the same thing. And a faith ideal. I mean, if you want the people to stay in your church, you need to give them the proper choice. By either
Right.
giving them. And this is not me trying to trash on religion.
No.
It's
I mean, you can trash it. It's all right. It's on the board.
my point.
I haven't wrote anything down, but it's ready.
My point is, if you want people to join your church, you need to give them a free choice to do so.
Kind of like how the Amish do with Rumspringa.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
give the kids a choice to see what's really out there before they confirm to being in the church.
Officially.
Before making a life
Right.
decision
And I think
like that.
I think
No
other
electricity.
other sects of Christianity could
No Instagram models.
First off, First off, that's a fucking bold-faced lie. The Amish motherfuckers don't pay taxes. They don't do anything. I know. But those motherfuckers all have cell phones. They all use fucking electricity. This is fucking bullshit. Tax those motherfuckers.
Well, they just started getting birth certificates not too long ago.
They're using our own fucking government, too. Fucking tax them. That shit pisses me off. I went to Walmart
So technically,
yesterday.
would they be on welfare?
No. They live off the fucking land.
They do live off. They live off of their own means.
They sell their stuff at like flea markets and all
high
that.
price.
Yeah.
And they build things, and they're very good builders.
All their money goes to the church.
Right.
Then when they need money, they go to the bishop of the church.
Okay.
And then the bishop will allocate whatever they need.
I see.
But fucking they run.
So I went to Walmart yesterday. Walmart, however, on a Sunday is not the place to be. It is overrun by Amish.
Yeah,
Especially probably your Walmart too, yeah.
Yeah, because it's closer to where all those and
Amish are.
Luckily, I didn't have to get a lot. Usually, I spend quite a while in Walmart, but I was in there for specific reasons. So, me and my daughter went in there. We're like, zoop, 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 got everything we need. We're like, we're fucking out. But you know what pisses me off? Because
You had to check yourself out.
I always do. I don't like talking to people.
You give yourself a tip?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I go to Starbucks afterwards. But it pisses me off because, the Amish, they don't believe in banks and all that shit either. Those motherfuckers come out with just wads of fucking cash. They look like drug dealers.
So what you're saying is they're easy marks for...
Yeah, if you want to rob someone, rob a fucking Amish guy.
Same with
guy, not girl.
Same with
the women are allowed to handle the money.
Hell no.
Same with the Mexican day workers. They'll stop by the gas station and they'll just throw out just a wad of 20s. It's probably like $1,000 deep, just a wad.
Yeah, because
and they'll buy like one coffee, one banana, and one like Gatorade, and they'll throw down a 20. I'm like, what the fuck?
So what's the point of pulling out a whole wad of cash?
Because they got to go through the whole wad.
They don't put their money in a bank.
Yeah.
But it's all
that's
together.
because it's under the table pay.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Because they're fucking Mexicans.
They do eat a lot of hot dogs in the morning.
Fucking
The Mexicans do?
Yeah.
The fuck do Mexicans eat hot dogs in the morning for?
I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, every time I stop at like Speedway or a Circle
you
K in the
Amish
morning
on there too.
before work, they're getting a hot dog. I'm like, well, okay.
That's weird. First thing in the morning?
Yeah.
At least get a breakfast burrito.
You would think.
Yeah. Fucking
keep
Mexicans.
it in their heritage. You know?
Keep it.
I guess the Mexicans get too.
Yeah, hold on.
He's working on it. He's
Gimpy over here.
I'm trying my best.
Your arms work. You know that, right?
His arms do work, but
so hold on. I want to say something that before I was off duty, that Florida man and I came to a conclusion that has to do with the Diplomat.
Oh shit!
Why are you so racist against Mexicans?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yes.
I'm not racist.
So we got another conspiracy.
Yeah.
Every time we bring up any kind of the past 3 episodes, we bring up Mexicans. You are the first one to shit talk them hard.
You do.
Like we shit
You do
talk
a
them,
really
but
good
like
job.
kind of like half joking. We say like 1 or 2 things. You are the main reason why the board is just a fucking wall that they can still jump over.
I guess they get another point. I'm just trying to rack up the points here.
You just
but you also
points.
hate the Mexicans.
There's a reason why they call me the Diplomat.
Every time they park their landscaping vehicle on the street.
And in his park point, fucking Mexicans are just parked in my
Bullshit.
foot.
Oh yeah.
Never said that.
Definitely. Yeah, you have.
Making shit up, aren't you?
No, you're making shit up. Fucking talk shit about the Mexicans on your route. How the fuck am I supposed to know what name to fucking deliver? There's like 30 fucking names here.
They never clean out their mailboxes. It's like,
That is true.
They only pick up their
but
packages.
it's
and
only
move
the
on.
Mexicans on your route
Yeah, it's
that
only
do
the
that.
Mexicans.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Oh,
It's from observation.
My Mexicans clean out their mailboxes.
We're talking about my route here, not
Yeah.
yours.
Not to mention, the Mexicans on my route, their yards are immaculate.
Oh yeah.
exactly. Speaking of which,
They have so much practice.
Yeah.
all the fucking medics that came to help him, they should have just called some fucking Mexicans from Home Depot. They'd have gotten his ass out quick.
Oh yeah.
They would
would've
have built
figured a
him.
way out.
They would have built him a cart to drag him out in.
Fuck yeah, they would have. Ah, fucking Mexicans. And the fucking Amish. And the Catholic fucking Church. I can't fucking believe they said that. Anyways, yeah, that just blows my mind. That's some dumb shit. Let's see. Who's been at work this week? Diplomat?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Foreman was off from Thursday.
Anything fun happened in the past couple weeks?
No, it's been dead.
Too soon?
Didn't you have a song you wanted to bring up?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You got a song.
You want me to pull up the lyrics of the song?
While he's looking that up,
Can you do that? The Macarena.
you know,
The
Election Day
Macarena.
was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Weed and abortions for everyone.
well,
Maybe.
yeah, actually,
Maybe.
there's been some reports on both of them coming from news reports
Fuck
Yeah,
the Republicans.
that.
They're going to have a hard time with that.
Well, the wine he had said before it even got the issue 2 got on the ballot
mhm.
that he was going to try to overturn that no matter what.
Right, which if it would have gone through the Congress, the Ohio Congress, then he would have been able to veto it and whatever else. But it didn't, so he's pretty much fucked.
Hang on, ads.
He did say that he doesn't think there's going to be enough time to make the changes.
He's just stalling.
Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, so hold on.
I tried to find the English version. I don't know if this is the English version.
Did you look up the lyrics?
Yeah, this is a lyric video.
God, Jesus, how I can't fucking read Mexican.
Diplomat, translate.
Yeah, there's only one person here who might be able to do that.
Here, I'll send you the link.
Maybe two. I don't know. Papa 31. Maybe you're very.
Hey,
liberal.
I'm from Florida, so I know a little bit.
You should know how.
Yeah.
If
They do teach us
hey.
it in school.
It's in English, right?
Hold on. Do you want me to?
Well, yeah, because we need to bring up the whole point of this. What is the point of? So we brought up the Macarena, whatever the fuck it is.
Macarena, yeah. Oh, you got to read the lyrics.
And why?
It's pretty fucked up.
Why?
What's fucked up
Jesus,
about
it's
it?
like talking to one of my kids. Hey, how was your day at school? Good. What'd you do? Nothing.
Basically,
Did you learn anything? No.
Basically, it's her boyfriend goes off into the military and she has a threesome with 2 of his friends. And the guy singing it is one of those.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. This sounds. Yeah, you can hum it. So, who's gonna read? Because I'm not in a good position to do that.
Lord, man.
I got a big shine from the windows.
Excuses.
Then it's got to be one of y'all.
Diplomat.
I call Viking.
Well, hold on. What's the important parts?
Let me look.
When I dance, they call me Macarena. Okay.
And the boys, they say, Corse bueno.
Okay.
Buena.
Okay.
Que soy buena.
What does that mean?
Mhm.
What does that mean? Diplomat.
They all want me. They can't have me.
What does that mean?
The girl
come and
says
dance
she's
with-
beautiful. She's hot.
The girl say, and this is okay. They can't have me. This doesn't sound like they're doing anything. They can't.
So
Hold
they
on, I'm
all
trying
come
to
and
pull.
dance beside me, move with me, chant with me, and if you're good, I'll take you home with me.
Whoa!
Wait,
Who's
is this
singing
the
this?
actual
It's
lyrics?
the girl.
This is the girl's
Yeah.
version. Okay.
Oh, now we're in Spanglish again.
This isn't even Spanglish. This is straight. Go ahead and read this, Diplomat. What the fuck does that say?
Are these the actual lyrics to that song?
Yeah.
No, god damn it.
Okay.
Oh, is it like in English and then in Spanish?
I think so.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Now, don't you worry about my boyfriend, the boy whose name is Venturino.
Yeah.
I don't want him. I couldn't stand him.
He was no good.
Ooh.
So I ha. This chick's a bitch.
She sounds upset.
What the fuck?
Now, come on, what was I supposed to do? He was out of town and his 2 friends were so fine.
Oh, she's a whore.
So basically, yeah. So I was like, my friends are out of town, or my boyfriend's out of town. So I'm just here all by myself. So fuck it, might as well get Eiffel Towered.
So, when he is singing
Eiffel
it,
Tower.
no, not that. No. Put those hands down.
I'm at least the one who said
Leaning Tower.
So when he's singing it, it's basically he left for the military, and so they went to town.
What? So I don't even remember this song. So is there a male and a female singing this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's at the beginning mainly.
Okay. I
get the
and in that
That's
part,
the part of the song that nobody can fucking sing.
yeah.
give happiness to your body, Macarena.
I am not
because
trying
your
to
body
seduce
is
you.
for giving happiness and nice things too.
Okay. Yeah, she's a whore.
That's what it translates to.
There is. God damn it. You might have to search this one because it's even better than the Macarena. And
But we've all heard that song many of times. Never knew what they were talking
I just
about.
heard a breakdown while you're looking that up of Jack and Diane.
Little Ditty about Jack and Diane.
That one is a weird one.
Okay.
I think I've heard it.
That one's
Yeah.
talking about
Especially when you
having,
get like the
car sex.
Yeah.
all right, look up "Into the Night" by Benny. I don't know, Mardones.
Madonna. Can't say the Mexican names.
I don't. He's not Mexican. He's actually pretty creepy. So, anyways, so I saw this video, and we all know the song. You probably won't really hear it. And maybe you can hear it a little bit or something. I don't know. But this video is fucking creepy.
Oh, you want the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the video.
Okay,
What the fuck is that?
I pulled up the lyrics. I thought we were looking at the lyrics.
No, I don't give a shit about the lyrics. I'll tell you what the lyrics are.
Fuck you, bitch.
All right, so this is Benny. Benny in this video is 30,
Benny and the Jack?
32, 34, maybe. 34. We all know this song. I
would unmute it, but with the whole
you can do it a little bit, whatever. Just enough that maybe they can hear it, but okay, so we know that you know this song?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this song. Maybe. I know you know this song, don't you?
She's only 16 years old.
Exactly. So go ahead and mute it.
Wait.
This motherfucker is singing to a 16-year-old. Okay? Whatever. Fine. It's the 80s.
So,
1980s.
I guess
Okay.
Yeah.
pedophilia
But
was
I
legal
want, you
then?
to, I want you to keep this in mind. You don't even need to listen to the lyrics. Just know that she's 16 years old. I just watch this video as he's singing to and about a 16-year-old. There he's in her window, right? With a raper van. Right? We all see
That was the common fan back then.
Yeah, well, he definitely
The come and leave, man. Come and leave her.
He's already wearing jailhouse stripes.
No, his birthday was 3 days ago.
Oh, well, sweet. He's not dead?
He's dead.
Oh, okay.
As of 3 days ago.
3 days ago. So,
He's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
oh, okay, even better. So, at the beginning of the video, he walks up to the chick's house, and his dad says, she's only 16 years old. Get the fuck away. So now he's calling her. He's stroking the phone. Talking to her on the phone and everything. Oh, this is fucking
So how
nuts.
old is he in this?
34.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I know it's hard to tell by his feminine qualities.
Yeah, I thought that was the girl.
That's the 80s, so
Right. Yeah.
even Papa 31 had some hair in the 80s.
He had long hair.
You're
He had long hair.
The
I had long
sunken
hair.
in
Looked like,
cheekbones. That
hair
is
like
So
lead singer from Twisted Sister.
Oh.
D. Snyder.
D. Snyder.
And it was that
I
blonde
graduated
too.
From high school, my hair was down past my shoulder.
Curly and everything?
Yep.
Wow.
It was so blonde they called him Whitey.
Nice.
So we can refer to you as Whitey then.
Right.
So as this video progresses, he's on the phone with her or whatever. It's still a little weird, but You can fast forward a little bit if you want to, because he ends up going back to her window. A 34-year-old man. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Okay. Oh, look at that!
It's climbing through the window.
So what you didn't see was he has a magic carpet, and he takes this 16-year-old.
Talk about a carpet ride.
Yeah, and puts her on the magic carpet, right? So they're riding, like Aladdin.
God, she does not want to be there.
Yeah, she's not a very good actress. But
it was the 80s.
Yeah, were any of them back then?
I suppose
They
that's
had
true.
to sedate her to get her to not flee.
That's probably true. But look at this. Okay. So we're still on the carpet. He's going to lean over. She's 16. Keep in mind, there's a Statue of Liberty. Right? He's singing to her. And, why she had to turn around after he turned around, I'm not really sure.
So,
Okay.
Are you for real?
I am fucking
They're kissing.
for real.
They're making
That's
out.
pretty fucked up.
They are definitely making out. And they're just enjoying the magic carpet ride. And, yeah.
So this was definitely in the time of acid.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit after.
Acid is forever, baby.
Yeah.
Crack is about to come in.
This is definitely the height of cocaine, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, crack.
Well, he's
But
white.
they weren't in Miami.
He's white, and he's in the music industry. He's doing cocaine.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
With the 16-year-old.
The feminine looks are more from the sunken
the eyes and
cheekbones and all that. Some serious drug use going on there.
So the really fun part about that video, first off, that video is fucking crazy sick.
Oh yeah.
That's bad enough, but I implore you each to pull it up and go read the comments because they are never ending and they are so fucking hilarious because people are talking about this shit, and then there are people on there who are actually defending this.
Defending it.
Sir, get down off the magic carpet ride. Put your hands behind your back.
And that's just the first comment you bring up.
Exactly.
I mean, these things go years and years back. These comments, they are never ending. You can keep loading more comments up and everything else. It is so freaking funny. It's hilarious.
Now the 80s is way too soon for this, but I mean, it wasn't uncommon in the early
Are you
1900s.
defending yourself?
No.
This person is offending him.
In the early 1900s, it wasn't uncommon for someone that much older than a woman to get with a woman.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, no.
Yeah, we've passed a point of
Yeah.
and this
That's
was
like
put
20
on,
years.
This was public. This was put on TV. And
We did a lot of weird things back in the 80s.
there you go.
The story behind this song is incredible. Because of this song, it helped my family financially. R.I.P. Benny Mardones.
Jesus.
God bless him. R.I.P. Also, he was a fellow veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces, everyone. Vietnam War veteran, by the way. I thank him for his service to America.
Some of these people in these comments are serious, though. They are, like, defending this. And some of them are just fucking hilarious. It's kind of
Defending pedophilia.
when, definitely pedophilia. Kind of like if you go on Amazon and find sugar-free Haribo gummy bears and read those comments, read the reviews on sugar-free Haribo gummy bears.
Those are hilarious.
They're great. If you didn't know, sugar-free candy has a laxative effect.
I don't eat candy, so.
Right, but sugar-free has a laxative effect. So if you if you're eating too many of these,
And
gonna shit your
the
pants.
sugar-free gummies from Harborough are
delicious.
A, delicious, and B, they're easy to
Eat too many.
So you didn't need laxatives?
Yeah, you just need some sugar-free
Yeah.
fucking Haribo.
I don't need to worry about that anymore. I already shit 3 times.
Yeah,
It took me a whole week to shit thanks to fucking Oxy.
He's not going to be able to get to the bathroom fast enough.
Fucking spider web of cables here. Not that he would move very fast on his Buick anyway.
Well, I wasn't even talking about all the cables. I'm just saying he started eating those. He's not.
No.
He's leaving a streak.
Yeah. Oh,
Just like the plane incident.
My brother's plane incident. My brother's plane incident
Did he shit himself on a plane?
when he was an infant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, an infant.
Oh. That's like,
Yeah, we were flying to see my parents in South Carolina. We flew Cleveland to Washington, Dallas, and a few
No, his timer's going off. His timer's going off.
Sorry, the laundry's done.
A little off subject here. That guy on number 26 there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
He
like
put
him?
here on.
God damn it.
Doxing. Settle down.
Doxing. You 2 weeks. I think you did it right
I know.
twice in a row.
And it's late in the podcast, too.
I know, that's why I had to look at what fucking time it is.
Sorry.
By the
Yeah,
way,
okay.
this is a recap of the Mr. Olympia competition that happened over the weekend when I got hurt.
Yeah, the 212.
No, this is classic.
So,
212 motherfuckers are big.
Sorry, but
Yeah.
The guy on the left won. Good. We want him to win. Second
What?
best thing to come out of Canada.
No.
Plain Canada.
sorry.
What's the first best thing?
Rush.
Rush.
Okay.
Right behind you.
Yeah, right behind you.
Slap in the basement. Sorry.
That's not how they talk.
It
How
is
do
in the
they talk?
movie. How do they talk?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's more like Minnesota.
No, Canadians
Have you
say
never
sorry.
seen Fargo?
No.
Pretty close on both on that
Yeah, I
one.
know.
You know.
Well, I went
Minnesota.
I went down to over there to Timmy had got me a loony and a toonie, and I took a little bit of Timbits and some coffee to go, and then I got me a flamethrower for my driveway because the snow was so bad. I ain't shoveling that shit.
That was like Canadian Amish.
Yeah. Well, he
Just
had a video of him
Canada
doing
to the list of people we just offended
Fuck
with that
Canada.
Yeah, well.
one. Blame Canada.
Canada has the best border in the world.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They charge you to get in there.
It's us.
Oh, well, our side of it is
Yeah.
not great.
No, it's us. We're the border.
Oh. He's got to move the board around. He can't even
Yeah.
fucking ride it.
There's a great big wall between Canada and Mexico. They don't have to worry about illegal immigrants coming up.
but they'll support a Nazi World War II veteran.
Oh, yeah.
So, real quick. So, what do you want to be called? Handicapped, handicapable.
Are you going to get
dumbass.
a sticker?
Disabled?
Dumbass.
Yeah. Are you gonna get a disabled pass?
I think we talked about it. Once I can actually finally walk around and probably drive, maybe get a temporary pass.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
Fucking palsy.
We'll be driving around with you and just slap it in the window.
Fuck yeah!
I have one in my car right now.
Well, yeah, but
That's expired from Grandma and Grandpa.
No, I renewed it.
For you?
epic.
Oh, dryer's done.
Oh, that's the actual.
That's the
Laundry's
dryer.
done.
Laundry's done. I told you from the beginning we're going to hear a bunch of strange noises. Ignore them.
And yeah, that was the first real loud one. I mean, other than the vacuum.
The vacuum. Yeah, we heard the vacuum. He asked me if it was okay to vacuum. I said, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
I will probably actually have to edit this one this time, anyways. So I'll see.
sorry.
What,
Someone
I'm
doxing.
sorry.
I'll see what sounds.
I don't know why I do that.
No, not because of you. That's easy to do. But edit it because our sound is not
Perfect.
the
Yeah.
same as it is
Hard.
downstairs, and the vacuum cleaner, which I don't really care about. We'll see what sounds I can get in and out, and I don't really care.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah, I got a lot of time on my hands.
By the way, he
If anything,
was
you
upset.
can always hand the torch over to him.
And I got a DeVito alarm.
And I got a
Why is it called Inagata
No,
DeVito?
no, in the Garden of Eden.
Why is it called Inagata DeVito?
I don't know.
This is where I get my shit from, by the way. My just random facts. This is where I get it from.
I don't know.
Because when they went to sing it, the lead singer was so drunk he couldn't say "in a Garden of Eden,"
Well, perfect.
and it came out "Inagata DeVito."
Perfect.
So
I
they
like it.
just kept it because that's all he could sing.
Ah,
He also has the whole 17-minute version as his ringtone.
not when he blocks you.
Yeah. And a click.
It goes straight
I
to
really don't know
voicemail.
anybody from Florida. Well, I do, but not from that particular part of Florida.
No, but we really were like, all right.
Doesn't brother have a Florida number now, or is it already changed to
No,
Boston?
he changed it to.
Boston.
No, he had a Florida number. I don't know where his area code is.
No, I think he called me one day. I'm like, why am I getting a call from Boston, Massachusetts? And I answered, it's him. I'm like, are you in fucking Boston? He's like, no, when I went down to get a new phone, they tell me I can put my area code whatever I want, so I made it Boston. Like, you fucking idiot. Why the fuck would you make it Boston?
Because why not? Jesus, Boston.
People do.
Is he a Patriots fan?
No, Red
He's
Sox.
a Red Sox fan.
Oh, he's a Sox fan. Okay. That's what's wrong with him.
He's the Patriots fan.
Yeah, I'm the Patriots fan, but he's also a Falcons fan.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Why is he a Falcons fan? Fuck knows.
That's all right. Once you choose a team, you choose it and you stick with it. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus.
Not right here.
Didn't bring the urinal.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like when that fucking
Papa
park ranger
31, you want to sit down and enjoy?
We'll sit down for a while. Rest your legs.
So, anyways, what else? Has anybody else? Starfield. I played a lot of Starfield lately.
Yesterday was Veterans Day.
Thank you.
It was. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Think of
It's
that.
the day before that's
Thank you for
better.
your service.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's the day before that's better. That's the Marine Corps birthday.
Marine Corps birthday.
Bitches. Yeah. Veterans Day is when we heal up from the Marine Corps birthday. But
Alcohol and too much testosterone. Yeah, you need some healing up after that.
Too many crayons.
yeah. My shit turned purple.
Talk about being backed up. Kind of wax blockage.
I did see a lot of crayon like cakes and shit like that. It was pretty funny. Crayons. Your mic's not even on. You're being silenced, and you're not even black.
Hello.
Fuck yeah!
Look, I mean, I had to bring Ronald Reagan into it somehow. Usually, you bring up silence in the black vote.
Settle down, soldier. Settle down.
Whoa.
If he could fight
His
you right now,
brother
he
was
would.
a soldier.
Oh,
Yeah, my brother was the soldier. He's the Marine.
Listen,
Unless it was his birthday last year, once we got him a sign, then he was a soldier for that one day. But the rest of the time,
I don't even need a good back to bring him all the way down. I told him I could take him to the ground with a finger.
I triple dog dare you. I take that back. That look you have on your face right now, that's a look of death.
Even with the broken back, he got you.
Just this hand and one finger.
I remember from Ratatouille, he killed a man with this thumb.
Probably have a few tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah,
Didn't we
I'll
talk
give you
about
that.
this one time?
I have.
He's mentioned a couple times where even he can still bring him down, bring anyone down with just the hand.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no,
And
but he challenged you.
one finger.
Pressure
I know he
points.
No, I mean it's kind of a pressure point, but
He can show you.
Do you have a pressure point in your finger?
Oh, he can show you.
No, you challenged him that way.
He's not the one that's been throwing the gauntlet down a few times.
Test it out on him first.
Why would I do that? He's the only healthy one. You're the one fucking voodoo witch doctor in all of us.
And plus, look.
That's true. He does falsely
What's that?
have a Marine Corps slogan on him.
What,
Stolen
you have a
valor.
Marine Corps slogan on you?
Stolen
My
valor.
dad was in the Marines.
Yeah. Which is why he was brain dead.
Yeah.
So it is hereditary.
Too many crayons.
I was going to say he was bottle fed with melted crayon.
Yeah. He got a brain blockage.
So that explains it.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
What?
That your dad passed?
12.
Ooh, 17 years ago.
Okay, so it was a while. So it's not really too soon.
It's never too soon.
We were
It's
making
never
jokes
too late
about-
to abort either.
No, apparently not.
I bet you thought of that a couple times there, Viking, didn't you?
Now that it's
by the way,
legal.
Papa Smurf,
Yeah.
your little note there.
Oh, shit.
Was he was supposed to read that on the?
At the beginning. Yeah, just
you
edit
don't have
it.
to do it at the beginning.
Read it at the
I mean,
beginning.
we're talking about veterans now, so now's a
Yeah,
good
that's good.
segue
That's
to
true.
this.
So only one person said Happy Veterans Day.
I sent something in the group.
I did too.
Okay.
I knew I was going to see you today.
Only
that's
one
why.
person that mattered.
Fair, fair.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. You guys don't matter.
No, okay,
Fair enough.
I respect that.
That's okay.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
No, okay, so yeah, so okay, but then my sister, one of my sisters, the other one called me. So this is a little card. We'll call it a card.
Yeah.
It looks like a card. The Viking gave it to me, and it says from, a.k.a. the Viking Princess, which would be the Viking's daughter. I love it. It's great. And it says, to my name, or whatever your podcast name is. Thank you for serving our country. And then it has a picture of a girl holding a flag. Okay. Holding a flag. And then
What flag?
the only flag that fucking matters.
French?
Yeah. The French?
Anyways, and then there's a nice little heart with a flag and a star up in the corner. It looks pretty good. And it says, I'm not 5'2" or something. I just draw long legs. And so you can see the picture does have long legs.
Oh, that's actually a pretty nice drawing.
Yeah, it is actually really good. You can see where, you draw the circle with the line so you can make it symmetrical and stuff. It looks pretty good.
Looks pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
She's been working on her drawing. She wants to get into online video animations. She's actually been doing one of her classmates is doing animations, and she's doing voice acting for them.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so she's stoked about that. She wants to get into theater when she gets into middle school. And,
Okay.
so
Speaking of voice acting,
Movie theater.
Screen actors have a tentative agreement.
That's
They're all
good.
going back to work.
Wow, it's about damn time,
yeah,
lazy
I
asses.
think I heard something about UAW.
Maybe.
They're
Well, I think they have some sort of an agreement as well.
yeah.
I don't know if they're back to work yet or not.
No,
No? Okay, so they're
they haven't ratified the contract yet.
oh, yeah. So they said fuck
so-
The high ups in the
Which ones are those?
companies ratified.
Auto
the
commercial.
middle level ratified. Now the
Auto workers.
Now the people have to
Boots on
vote.
the
What about
ground
the
have to-
pharmacists?
okay.
They're going on strike.
Yeah, I heard about that too. And yet the
Seems like
fucking postal service still hasn't signed their goddamn contract.
everyone's going on fucking strike, but we can't.
Well, we can't. So we still don't have a contract. I'm going to be injured and back to work before we have a contract.
I'm going to be back
All
to
that
work
back
before,
pay.
before we have a contract.
Boy, if you're back to work before we have a contract, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Because
That's gonna be over a year with no contract.
without a contract. That's a lot of back pay,
Hey,
though.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice check for, us at work.
Yeah, and too bad our taxes are going to fucking...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's still that's money that I'll probably.
No,
Wouldn't
I
be
don't
good.
like that.
Mm.
Fuck that. I was supposed to make that money this year, not next year.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck your taxes up
Yeah, it really is.
because it's gonna bump your pay
bracket.
for next year and into a new bracket when you have a whole year's worth of back pay.
Right. Yeah, exactly. What is moving out there?
It's a dog.
Oh, is there a dog?
I don't know.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think that rock. So we do plan on going back to Lake Milton and removing that rock.
Nah,
Yeah.
I say we should leave it. That way, other people can experience what he went through.
No. Well, yeah.
There
But
is that.
he didn't keep the leaf.
Of course, the downfall of us removing that rock is that now there's gonna be a hole.
No,
So
no.
it's all gonna.
No, it's pretty...
It's up.
Yeah, like I said...
I mean,
fuck
it was full
It'll
of
be
leaves.
It'll
but
be a little bit of a dip, but I mean, I guess you can just over time.
Who's got the strong back to carry that rock out? Because you know that thing's like 250 pounds.
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
It had to be Florida Man or Diplomat that are doing it.
You work out.
I'll be injured by then.
Yeah, he's gonna
When
be
do we
fucked
plan
by
on
then.
going back?
He'll be bedridden.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna have his leg
You guys
amputated
just
by
let me
then.
know.
I'm gonna have, like, a tube down my throat.
I mean, if we do it next Sunday and you guys are planning on riding out that way, I can.
I don't know. I
Just
don't
meet
even
you.
know what the weather's going to be like.
I think it's supposed to
Oh,
be
we
like
can-
this again.
It's not bad weather. Then I don't know, but no.
Like I said, I'll walk down there with the wagon, and
we'll get it
load
out
it
of there
up.
somehow.
my wagon holds 200 pounds easy. So
Yeah, it's just well, yeah, we could get it up and around and
if it's
whatever.
a little over, it's not going to hurt it.
No, I'm
if
just
we're
saying,
like bouncing it around
like,
on it.
getting it up the hills and everything. That's all right. We can tie some ropes to it and just all of us pull or something. It doesn't matter.
Kind of like the Jews did with the pyramids.
That's actually kind of what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Or was it aliens?
Oh, it's fucking aliens.
Then
Had to be.
Then why'd you say it was the Jews?
Because that's who they thought built it. That's the running theory.
I don't think so. I think it was aliens.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way you're getting slabs like that pulled by people.
I think they said they'd have to get one in place every 5 minutes for the time frame that they said.
Yeah, but every pyramid would have taken like 900 years to build.
Yeah.
And how many do you think they were working on at a time?
One.
Oh, I'm assuming that they're
Perfectly cut.
Yeah, I just
Squared.
yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
That's
20
If you were off at the
Was it
bottom,
5 ton? 10 ton?
oh, some of them weigh up to 100 tons.
yeah, they were. And there's I
It's fucking
understand.
fake.
I understand they figured out like pulleys and levers and shit, but that just ain't gonna work.
How would we move it in today's world?
With a crane.
Not
the
that
crane
heavy.
can carry 100 ton.
Well, no, probably
From
not.
200 miles away? Because that's where they came from.
Where did they come from?
It's down. So
They come from a land down under.
farther down the Nile.
Yeah, from like 200 miles away. It's crazy.
Like Nigeria.
No, not that far.
What?
Sudan, maybe?
No, still in Egypt.
It's amazing how much you can get done when you're not paying for the labor.
No, actually, they do believe they were all like wealthy people who built it, all well fed and stuff.
Well fed, of course. They had to be
They don't
well
think
fed.
they're
They're the-
enslaved anymore.
I don't know.
You're
Maybe
saying
they
that-
didn't know.
You're saying that they were just paid workers and they had like 2 million.
It was like a
paid
community
workers?
thing. Like, we're building this.
With the pyramids?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a new.
they were slaves.
Yeah.
No, not with not with how the town was built and stuff. They don't believe it.
No, they were definitely slaves. Yeah, they were definitely slaves. And
There had to be some, but not all
you
of
have
them.
to feed them
Yeah,
well.
those were the
because
ones with the
they-
whips.
Yeah, they got fed well.
That's why we call you Cracker.
That's exactly why. Oh wait, should we have asked permission to say that?
Oh yeah, can we say that?
Can the white
you don't
people
have to
say
ask-
cracker?
You don't have to ask
Are you
me
sure?
shit.
Well, I don't know. The last
Can I say the
podcast.
C word?
Hold on, are we supposed to say cracker or cracker?
Oh,
Either way, do we have permission to use either word?
that's
The
true.
C word.
Because last podcast you did ask us, the white guys, on in this
Oh,
podcast,
that. I don't care.
if you could say a derogatory name.
I was just trying to be polite.
Polite.
You're not going to offend us, and I'm pretty sure if we have any
You just
podcast listening.
I mean,
regularly,
normally I don't speak that way. So why force it?
Unless it's about Mexicans.
Yeah, unless it's
Hell,
Mexican.
they'll say it more often. They'll say it
Is
more
there-
often than you.
Is there a
Probably.
derogatory term for Mexicans?
Mexicans.
Wetbacks? No, those are Cubans.
No, they're not. They're Mexicans.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Beaners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beaners.
There's the S one.
Spick.
Yeah.
Oh, spick? Oh, that's common use in Florida. They don't care about that.
Well, there are also words that are common use among other
Yeah.
Huh?
races.
Oh, like the white guys on his route?
Yeah. Just because certain people don't have a problem saying it doesn't mean it's not okay.
Yeah, but when they call each other that,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's not hard R. Like retard. I know. He's over there crying already. I do. I've talked to several people since that last podcast, and I have mentioned that you asked permission from a bunch of white guys to speak that
What
word.
was
drop
their reaction?
They were like, "What?" Because
I wonder what the other guy that has a podcast in our office, over in the corner. I wonder what he would say.
Maybe I'll play that section of the podcast for him.
I was gonna say
But-
we'll never
but
know
hey-
because none of us are at work.
Like, hey, name. Well, just listen to this one little clip here. I want to know what you think of
We
this.
want to get your reaction to this. Let us know what you think. What do you think his reaction will be?
I'll play for him.
I think he'll laugh.
Oh, he'll
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back Tuesday. Tuesday it is.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "What the fuck, Diplomat? You can't say it." I know you don't say it, but you can't say it.
Yeah.
Difference between won't and can't.
Wait, what are we not saying?
Bruno.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
No,
You're
no.
the only one that can. In this group, you're the only one that can.
Okay.
I said it once and asked permission a lot.
That's true. You did say on the phone call.
Because I remember that one time while we're all out, you were trying to paint a scenario.
He was
about a certain group of
He
people.
was trying to explain what the term is for a
Jerry rigging.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was for a sudden influx of cash during tax season.
And you were trying to...
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That time you were trying to pre-warn me.
Yeah, preface it with saying,
Hey.
No, because you were like, what are you talking
What
about?
word is it? What word is it? Is it okay for me to say this?
Yeah, it was like, because it was not something that you had been faced with before, that slang term about what you do when you get your tax money back, or what it is when you have a wad of cash, basically, really to spend.
Without repercussion.
Without repercussions, yeah. Except for later when you spend it all and you don't have any money and you're on welfare.
And you're back on welfare.
I was thinking the redneck ingenuity part.
Well, no.
Because that was part of the conversation.
And then,
and honestly, you didn't have to, prep me for that. I've heard that so many times.
You're out your fucking mind if I'm not going to prep you before I say something like that.
Oh, and he said it.
Listen, you have a meaty fucking paw. I do not want to get bitch slapped.
It was nothing.
Speaking of getting bitch slapped, I'm going to have to say that you did not follow through with your side of the bet.
What's that?
So we all get to slap him, 3 times?
Hey, we never came to an agreement.
For the water?
Yeah, I'll have to side with Florida, man. We never...
No, bullshit. Shut your fucking mouth.
Why would you want to side with this guy?
Don't you want to slap him?
I do.
Yeah.
Especially after the conversation on Friday on the text thread.
Okay. That was meant to just be a pure, hey, look at this. This is interesting. This is just,
I took it as that. And I'm like...
I didn't. I watched it and I said, oh my fucking God, here we go.
So...
And then, of course, him.
So, to preface at home, I was on TikTok and I came across the clip of Tucker Carlson talking about Zen and how he started using Zen and how he fully endorses Zen.
And
so
how it's life-changing.
And I sent it to our group and saying, if the conservatives see this, Zen's price is going to skyrocket.
That's all that's literally all he was saying, was that Zen is going to skyrocket.
I agree with that statement.
But then isn't that the guy that got fired from Fox?
And here we go.
Well, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember his name, that's why isn't he the one that got fired from Fox? So it was literally a question of that is him, right?
Yeah, and that was okay that you but this motherfucker over here, Florida man.
I said the best reporter out there.
Exactly.
And bound emoji.
He's just got to fucking nudge it along, and you know exactly what the Viking is going to do.
You might as well drive a spear through it.
I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then talks of his contract and him getting sued, and I'm like, well, I was trying to play bias, but I'm like, but this could be it. I'm just saying that's not anything.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go.
My response to him saying that he was the best reporter was he's not a reporter anymore because he was fired by Fox.
Right.
And part of his contract, and this is
now
where
he just
the
does
argument got
interviews.
into it. Part of his contract was he is not allowed to have for a certain period of time.
Timeout? No timeouts.
Any form of media podcasting or news coverage. Now, him being on Instagram and doing interviews, that's not
right. That's not the same. That's not the same thing.
But Florida man saying they're arguing, well, the contract's null and void.
Wait, no, that was not me. That was him.
Okay.
And I did bring that up as well. I don't know what's going
All
on.
I
Basically,
said.
I did do a little bit of research on this. I don't know which side's going to come out on top.
I forgot that we forgot to talk about a fun story that happened while I was face down.
Yes,
with the Zen.
which is with Zen. But
Yeah,
hold on, real
well-
quick. So I did read a little bit more into this, just because I'm like, well, I wonder, and I was getting both sides of it. And yes, Fox said, he can't anchor a newsworthy show on networks or any type
social
of
medias.
And it does say any type of
That are active now and in the future for X amount of time. I don't remember the time
That's
frame.
fucking stupid.
yeah. Well, that's not an unusual thing, though.
Yeah.
He is a personality that was part of Fox, so
Yeah.
him
Right.
doing anything outside of that net,
He does have the highest viewing rate of
So
any
his-
interviewer.
But isn't the argument that since he got fired, that contract is now null and void?
Well, his
If he
argument-
were to quit or resign, then that contract would still be in place.
Well, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
I don't
that's
know.
going to be part of it. And his other part of it was that X or Twitter, because I was reading, both sides of it, because
Yeah.
I was actually interested once we got into this. I wasn't going to feed fuel to the fire, so I just
I was. We were done dropping my daughter off at camping, and my wife was driving, so I'm just sitting there like,
Fuck it, might as well. I got time.
So Tucker Carlson's, according to his attorneys, their position is that one, he was fired, and two, the fact that he's on Twitter or X, whatever you want to fucking call
it's
it,
fucking Twitter.
it really is. It is Twitter, but his side on this is that they are not a news platform themselves and are not in direct competition with
Fox.
Yeah.
Fox
With
or,
Fox.
or
So
any other,
did he get
or
fired
any
or did
other-
he quit?
He got.
He got fired.
Okay.
Yeah.
he was. I don't
That's
know if it was technically they let him go. It wasn't.
Well, that's different though. They let him go, then he probably was forced
The
to
way the
resign.
contract,
Right, but
the
then
way
that's
he was in the
quitting.
contract,
Exactly.
Well, if you're forced to resign, if they're saying, "Hey, we're going to fire you," or we're going to let you resign,
Mhm.
one way or the other, he probably should have taken the firing.
Yeah.
I thought he was fired. I
thought I heard he was fired. I thought I read he
I
was
heard
fired.
both sides.
Yeah.
but
Well,
there-
that's what I said. I didn't have all the details. Like I had heard snippets about when it was fresh off of him.
but they're
leaving the show.
saying that since it's not an actual news programming and it's not in direct competition with mainstream or even
It's like the same if he would post on TikTok and stuff.
right.
No, I think TikTok is one of the ones that he's not. He's also not like podcasts.
Right, so that's where you start getting into a little bit of gray area, and they're trying to say that him making those videos on
Twitter.
X, Twitter are not in direct competition with and so it's not the same thing as him being an anchor or a newscaster on a different topic. So that's where they're going back and forth with this. It's probably more semantics, and it's going to come down to really what a judge is. It could go either way on this one,
but it's been months and I haven't heard anything. So
they're probably digging into it, trying to find something
right
that can hold the ground.
Both sides are. I mean, these things take years to get through.
And maybe
you think
just go back to where he
silencing
started
his voice
from, and start doing
so he should be
soap
poor.
operas. He was never poor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you said
that poor guy.
Well, I don't know where he started. Where did he start?
He was an actor.
He was an actor in soap operas.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
He does not have the face for an actor on a soap opera.
That's why he wasn't very good. That's why he didn't last very long.
I mean,
I think he did mostly minor roles or something. He was never a star.
Okay, because
he's not the best looking.
But he actually, his
Diplomat's better looking than him.
His family.
Fuck yeah.
He actually came
But not
from
the
money.
Viking?
He wasn't like a Joe Schmo working the way up the ranks.
Cut your hair, Jew boy, and we'll talk.
Okay.
Trim your beard.
Yeah.
What does he
I
come
trim
from?
the sides.
Does he come from a family of actors, or
I don't know his whole back.
Here,
I just know that his
let me
family
look
was
him
pretty
up.
well
I have him
off.
on speed dial.
Yeah, it's not one of those things like That would surprise me. I know that he wasn't like us,
What's
putting in
oh, you're classifying us in different categories.
blue collar worker.
Motherfucker,
okay. We're the working class.
Yeah,
I understand.
He did not grow up in the working class.
I understand that maybe we don't qualify for some things as poor, but fuck that.
We're
working
scraping
class.
by.
Oh, he's 6'1".
Especially when you're not working for weeks at a time.
That's what I was telling 31. I'm like, I'm not getting paid. Like
I only had one paycheck, and that was it.
Wow.
I'm going to look into putting money into that shared account through the post office.
It's through the union, I believe.
Something like that, where you put money in and then it creates a pool.
So, did you get a bill for your insurance premium?
I think because I was off for so short, they're just going to tack on extra for the couple weeks because I still had one final paycheck that came in after I was off. So I've only had one paycheck that had no income.
Okay. So I haven't
he started
hit that
off
yet.
at CNN.
Oh, with Hillary Clinton.
We don't
In
talk
the
shit
early,
about Hillary.
Why don't we talk about Hillary?
At least 90s Hillary.
That would be 90s Hillary.
Because where's tables sitting would make a big thunk.
Oh!
Why do you think his hand's covering him right now?
You need a blanket?
Yeah. Now he's just going to stick it in the hole.
And just start going back and forth.
It's too big.
Now he can
It's too big. It can't fit.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
He also was on MSNBC, which is fucking crap news source.
Wow.
Yeah, he got around.
Guess it's been a while.
But I mean, him talking about Zen was, I actually tried that on.
I did too.
And
It's not good.
I tried the coffee and the wintergreen. The flavor, it was actually make my stomach sick.
Okay, so I didn't try anything but the coffee. Shout out Zen.
Yeah.
Ghost and Zen.
I know.
Shout out Rogue.
I know.
Fuck you.
Well, coffee is in.
Coffee's in.
It's almost like a sweet coffee cappuccino flavor. The
So
on was
fucking
like black coffee grounds.
Yeah, we're talking coffee.
Yeah.
Which I think there's a couple new pouches out there that is basically just coffee grounds you stick in your.
They've had those.
Yeah.
And
They also have ones that's straight pre-workout. That's like 300 milligrams of caffeine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Per
those things
pouch.
I was actually looking at some of those energy
I'm
pouches
afraid to try those
to cut
things.
back on my energy
Drinks.
but they're like $25 for.
Yeah, because
There's only like 10 in there too.
caffeine is a controlled substance. It's actually very dangerous.
Yeah. I remember
substance.
when Amazon was selling it and kids were fucking sniffing it and dying.
Yeah.
And they were like, no.
Oh, by the way, the other guy with the podcast, I was cleaning out my truck before I was off. And
Alcoholic.
I was throwing a bunch of these out, the ghost cans, because I just, I toss them in my little tray. And he comes out and he goes, "Hey man, what are those?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Ghost." He's like, "Well, what is it?" I'm like, "It's like an energy drink, pre-workout type thing."
the white guys that wear the sheets over their heads.
He's
By
like,
the way, this is his wife. Ooh,
It's amazing what you can pay for.
Exactly.
no shit
Yeah.
with those tits.
I mean, that goes any person.
So
you are.
he tells me that is when he had his son the one week or weekend,
Yeah.
his son wanted to go get one of these. He's like, "Well, I'm not sure what they were, and I thought that was kind of like a Four Loko type thing."
Oh,
And I'm like, "Well, it's definitely not a Four Loko, but I still wouldn't recommend him having it because his son's 12."
oh God, no.
Yeah, I'm like, they even says on here somewhere that it's
They all
only
do.
recommend for people over 18.
Without heart conditions.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of...
So yeah,
You must be this tall to ride.
Why? Really? We don't need to.
I'm not.
We don't need to do
So
that.
the Zen.
Anyways,
Quick fanboy
the Zen,
on,
the- so
No,
the
this
Zen
is
story.
Donald Trump.
Oh.
So yeah, the
2024.
Zen story. He's got a great Zen
So
story.
the guy, the fire guy that's kind of like is kneeling down in front of me, where I'm basically my head's in his lap.
Yes. licking his balls.
Fondling with my head, his head.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take my backpack off so they have more room and all that. I'm like, so I'm trying to do a push up and
he's like, no.
Undo the one strap. I'm like, I can do a push up. It's fine.
He's like, we'll cut it off if we have to.
And do the one strap. Florida man's taking off the other strap and all that. And then he opens up one of the pockets. I happen to mention like my wallet's in there. So he opens it up. He's like, oh, bud, you got a fucking Zin in there.
Upper lip pillow.
He goes, you got a little upper lip pillow.
Upper decky. I'm like,
upper decker lip pillow.
I'm like, oh, fuck, bud. Nothing better than a little Ruth Bader Zinsberg. Keep the mind going. Little fucking Zenachino there, bud, to keep it going. He just starts cracking up. I try and angle my head up. I'm like, can I have one?
He's like, no.
No, feel fucking
He
great.
did ask for it, and we were like,
and then, so right before they shot me up the ketamine, and they were going to roll me over, I look over at Papa Surf. I'm like, I have my hand out, kind of like, just like an inch or two, just doing one of these things. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Zin can. Give me the Zin can.
Well, and
he's like,
no, you're not allowed to have it.
I wanted something to bite down on as I'm getting flipped over, because I know this is about to hurt like a bitch and a half. So I want to bite down on something. Turns out I just had to bite down on my shirt, because I know flipping over, it wouldn't have taken effect yet. So I'm like, this is going to hurt.
Look, I was just trying to watch out for his well-being.
I mean, that was like, I've been smoking, and doing Zin, and, I had none of that with me because it was all in my bag.
Right.
Went out to the hospital. I'm like, God, I fucking need something.
And this poor guy, he just wanted something to bite down on. I'm like, no, you can't have it, dude.
we were looking at each other. We were like, did we give it to him?
Well, I know when I was on the phone with the 911 dispatch operator, first off, that was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you heard a whole lot
I've heard part of that.
So I called 911. Well, you called. Florida man actually called 911. I have my phone up with our GPS locations. I knew we were in the woods.
Because the app actually has your GPS.
I knew we were in the woods, but I'm like, fuck, they're going to want to know where we are.
In the woods.
And she goes, 911, what's the location of your emergency? And I was like, and that's how she started the phone. And I was like, well.
Interesting story.
That's what I said. I said, well, we're on the Lake Milton bike path. She was like, oh. And I'm like, if my GPS is right, we're south of this street. I'm like, but I don't really see a cross street. Like, I don't know where to tell you. I'm like, you can see Lake Milton. But, she's like, well, are you east of this street or west of this? I'm like,
zoomed out.
I'm
where
like,
the
dude,
fuck is that?
I don't see any other streets on here. She's like, do you know where the other trailhead is? I said, no, because we came in from the south. So it's a different path to get to the north trailhead. I said, we came in from the south. I said, so I said, I'm going to be honest. We've never been here before. I don't have a clue where we are. All I know is I have a buddy whose leg is most likely broken. And he's
95% chance broken.
Yeah, I wasn't going too crazy, but I'm like, it's broken. And he's in the stream right now. She's like, okay.
Face down.
Yeah,
can't breathe.
And she's like, well, can he breathe? Is he awake? I'm like, yeah.
Is there blood?
I'm like, he's yeah. And then she's like, is it bleeding? I'm like,
we don't want to move it.
31. Is your leg bleeding? I don't fucking know. I don't want to look at it.
It could be mud or it could be blood. I can't tell color.
I was like, I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look like it's bleeding. There's no bones sticking out that I can see. I said, but it's And she's like, okay. She's like, I'm showing you here, so we'll just go with that. And she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and dispatch the fire. And I said, okay. And so Florida man, she was like, okay, so I have your location and whatever else. And I said, okay. I said, we'll send someone up. It's about a half mile, what it looks like to the road. We'll send someone up there to meet him, at least to help, bring him back in. And I think you called me, or
I tried.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't get service. Or no, they had my phone shut off.
Oh, because you were, and his phone was in emergency mode now.
Oh, yeah, so it wouldn't let him do anything.
So he can't do anything but dial 911. So, yeah, so he's up there. He gets to the road. I guess finally finds the officer who's fucking flying down the road.
Yeah.
I heard the sirens, and then I heard the sirens come back, and I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, dude, how many people are fucking coming to this? Like, and then
There was a lot when we got up there.
So finally, he
They want
comes
to know
back.
which district is going to get the payout on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes back finally, and he's up on this ridge, not even where he left from. Right? He's on this ridge. He yells my name, and I blew my little rape whistle because our
packs have a little.
our hydration packs. I heard him yelling my name, so I just blew the whistle. And then all of a sudden, he pops up over this ridge, and he's like, "Oh, there you are!" And
Cop goes, "Oh shit!"
yeah, because I mean, it's basically a cliff where
Yeah.
they were, and so they're like, all right, hold tight. We got to figure out how to get down there. And I'm like, why the fuck did you come from over there? Like, what are we doing? Anyways, I didn't know.
Well, that's because where he parked.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then so doing all that, but that was pretty fun. And then, like I said, then everybody just kind of showed up from all kinds of directions. I'm like, oh Jesus!
But when he did first fall, we just kind of stood there like, oh fuck, what do we do?
well,
no, in all honesty, how long did it take before you guys go, he's not getting up?
well,
I watched it.
He did try, kind of, and then he saw his leg and was like, nope.
Yeah, like I said, I landed on my butt or my back, and I went to do one of those. Okay, let's try and get up. And I looked down at my knee. I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up.
Not happening.
No.
He goes, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
And then basically he rolled himself into that position where the picture is. I mean, quick. There was not a whole. But then both him and I were watching this, and we saw his left leg, and we were like, oh. And then
Because it was
he won't
really,
need those anytime soon.
yeah,
it was really unnatural how it moved.
it was, and we were like, oh. And then that's when we called 911, and I was like, I'm pretty sure his leg's broken. You know, I'm being all,
And you could tell it was right below the knee.
oh yeah.
Oh, I
That's
could
what-
tell on the video.
You could see
Yeah.
where his shin began.
Was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a gap there.
Pushed back
Sounds
by
pretty
like 6.
gruesome.
Pushed back by 6 inches. Well, you saw what my
Yeah,
leg
no.
looked like when they rolled me over.
It looked pretty fucked up.
Well, because at first we were like, he was like, because he kept saying, I'm okay, you know, and it's like, oh, okay. And neither of us wanted to walk back into the water. I mean, we had crossed the water safely. And the water's not warm.
Oh, it was fucking cold.
And which is probably what kept you awake.
Yeah.
Is that cold ass water. But and then he tried to like move or like push up or whatever, and that's when the bottom part of his leg didn't move with him, and it was not good.
Because he
And,
goes, what? And I was like, his fucking leg. Because he was trying to move.
In these antics that they're going through.
And I had already started thinking ahead, like, fuck. Yeah, I was like, the medics they're not going to have a fucking clue where we are. They're not going to be able to get him out of here.
Yeah.
And I was right. But
Only took him about an hour 15 to figure out how
to finally come with a game plan, because they tried to get that side by side. They were thinking of so many things. And it just didn't work. They didn't even bring the splint down.
No, they said they were.
They were supposed to.
I think
Yeah.
someone forgot to pack it. One of the things forgot to pack it.
No, I heard them on the radio too. They were calling to each other. They were like, bring this and a splint.
The backboard and the
The
splint.
backboard and a splint. They didn't actually bring a backboard either. That was
It's just like a tarp.
it was like a tarp with handles.
Yeah. That's all it
Well,
was.
it
I
did
think they
have
call
like,
that, a litter?
Did it have a spine?
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
'Cause
it was more like a litter.
rolled
yeah.
up, and then it had like a bunch of rails in it.
Oh, okay, so it was
Yeah.
rigid.
Yeah,
Okay, well
that way to kind of keep them straight.
that's a good thing.
So
Next
it's
time I
like
was waiting
didn't get
for like a
fucked up.
fucking helicopter to come in and drop a hook or something. I
Yeah,
don't know how they were going to get you out
Just
of there.
extract him like from Hunger Games. This big crane comes down.
can't get him with an ambulance. Can't get him with a helicopter. Too many trees.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that any place around has a helicopter that would have.
Yeah, those
Nah.
are more limited.
The Coast
Like-
Guard.
More mountainous areas when they have to extract people from a mountain.
Yeah,
Mm.
but they'll definitely think about this now. Because
Yeah.
a helicopter would have worked great.
Yeah, it would have been.
They probably spent this whole past week of revising their game plan next time something like this happens.
Oh, because it's only a matter of time. I can't believe they haven't been faced with something like this. I mean, I suppose they probably have, but maybe it wasn't ever in that spot.
Maybe it was never that serious.
Yeah.
Maybe it was never that serious.
Until,
maybe
31 came along. 30 came along.
On the easiest fucking trail in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Well, I don't know. Has anybody else got anything? Or we're sitting at about our 2-hour mark, which has been our normal here as of late.
Yeah. I think we hit lots of topics today. Had some fun.
I don't think we offended enough people. We did offend some people.
We'll have to up those numbers for
the
next
physicist simulated a black hole, and it kept growing and growing and growing, and then they had to shut it down.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's what happened.
Well, like in a computer, or
I don't know.
He's got no information. He wants to
up.
bring something to the table, but has no information on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did say you had all those scientific articles that you were saving, and you didn't bring one up in the past 2 hours.
Yeah, because we kept talking about other stuff.
Tucker Carlson. You brought Tucker Carlson up.
Well, because he's a god,
Oh, now he's a deity. 31 over here looks like he needs to take a nap.
Yeah.
had a rough day.
It's all those drugs he's on.
That is true.
I'm almost out of my heavy hitter, so
yeah, you'll be.
You need some cocaine? Nose candy?
You always talk about cocaine, though.
Because it's so fun.
Florida man probably still has some special K in his car.
Oh, I do. You want some?
He probably does.
Hey, what happened to those syringes? I gave them back to you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of syringes, they put an IV in you out there, right? That medic put that IV in.
There was fucking blood everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's the one that's the one they kept using the rest of the time I was in. Then they put another one in me on my wrist, so I had 2 IVs in me that they just kept going back and forth. I'm like towards the end, I'm like, can we just get rid of the one on the wrist? Like, no, we need that one just in case. I'm like, mother, god damn it, really?
And it was pretty funny because I saw him poke him once. I'm like, okay, he got it. Nope, he didn't get it. And he pulled it back out because he fucked it up. And his glove, he had a blue nitro glove on it. It was just covered in blood. I'm like, god damn, dude, what the fuck were you doing in there?
Because I think there was a little bit of blood on you, and they were like, where's this blood from?
Yeah. It's from his fucking IV that, but they got it eventually, and they shot him up with all kinds of good shit. But, so that...
all the good party drugs,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even said that to you while you were there. I'm like, damn, dude, you fucking high as hell right now, ain't you? You're like, yeah.
Especially once they started pulling me out of there, I was having a nice conversation, and then I was talking to the one cop about music. And I looked over, and they're like, hi, how are you doing?
Must be fucking nice. I had 7 broken ribs. I didn't get a fucking dose
Not
of
a damn
medicine
thing.
until 45 minutes in.
Not a damn thing. And they're shooting him up. Well, they knew it though. They're like, we're gonna have to give him some good shit. And they were doing like their calculations about how long that ketamine's gonna last compared to when they can give it to him. And
they timed it up perfectly because as soon as they put me on the stretcher and rolled me into the ambulance, they shut that door. Oh, fuck.
Well, to be honest, you probably would have had more time and been okay, but they had to take so many breaks getting you out of there.
I'm not that heavy.
No,
I'm only 210.
Those trails are not walking
And when
trails.
we were coming up like a ridge, there was 2 firefighters that came out of fucking nowhere, and it's like, hey, how can we help? And then they just went in circles.
Oh,
How long of a walk was it back up to the main road?
Half a mile.
It was a half mile.
Up and down hills.
It was a good half mile.
About me 10 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't have a fucking clue. No, I mean, it was a good...
There was one part where they went to go set me down to take a break, and they set me down, and then they set me down at an angle, and I just started to feel the whole thing shit back. I'm like, okay. I'm like, am I falling out of this bitch or not?
He starts sliding. It's a sled down the hill.
Oh, that would be suck.
I will say the worst pain the entire time was not hitting the rock, was not flipping over, was not the ambulance ride. is when they had to give the fucking x-rays.
Oh,
yeah.
Because not only did they have to set my foot here, and then here, and then they had to do one up on my chest, they had to do one on my femur, they also had to do like three or four different positions on my knee with no brace, no cast, nothing. And that was a solid 12 out of 10. That pain was.
I feel you.
So like she tried to like
making that on himself.
She tried to lift up my knee. I'm like, I'm like, what? She just stopped. I'm like, what can I do to help? Fucking stop doing this. She's like, well, I need like 4 more pictures. I'm like,
okay, move it.
And as soon as they, like everywhere, it's like if I start saying cuss words, if I start saying, any bad words, I'm not mad at you. This shit fucking hurts.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. Like, oh, you fucking bitch! Oh, if that door to the emergency room was open, the whole fucking emergency room could hear me.
I feel you when I had to do my X-rays. No medicine.
And it was funny because I did compare it with yours. When we went to the hospital from you, we had to sit outside or in the waiting room.
Well, because his wasn't that serious.
His? I was like, squad brought our buddy in, and just the same thing I said to you. And she was like, okay, hold on. And she got on the radio, and she was like, okay, you guys can come back. And she, took us right back.
Well, we had to take a piss first.
Well, we did take a piss.
Well, the big thing with mine, like I said, I sat there for a good 20-30 minutes before anybody came in to even administer anything.
Yeah, which is weird because you both went by squad. I don't know.
His was just ribs, not a mangled up leg that didn't resemble a leg.
But they didn't have the ribs are. I could have had a perforated lung that hadn't collapsed yet. I mean, they didn't. There should have been some sort of emergency to make sure.
Something.
Yeah.
Well, you did go to that one.
Yeah.
They're not the best.
Yeah.
Unless you're having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That did come across stroke inbound.
Oh yeah. Then you were sitting in the hospital. That was funny. And then they were like, oh, we're gonna do this, and they're like, possible stroke, coming in, and then fucking old man River fucking comes across us on a stretcher. They're bringing him in. I was like, yeah, I bet he's the stroke.
He's just in on the stretcher just.
Oh yeah, he was too. He was. Yeah, dude probably had a stroke.
Was it Mitch?
No.
Surprisingly, he is sound of mind.
It's amazing what you can pay a doctor to say.
Yeah.
According to the DC health people.
Yeah.
The medical doctors over there.
Yeah.
Sound of mind. He can do his duties.
That's a lie.
He probably does his
bullshit.
duties in his pants.
Just like Feinstein was fine until she died.
Yeah. Until she...
Anyways.
Yeah. So we're gonna, because we can just keep going. We're gonna wrap it up here. This was another episode of the Grossly Off Topic Podcast. I was your host, Papa Smurf.
I'm the Viking.
I'm the Diplomat.
And I am Florida One.
Florida
man. I looked over at him and he popped into my head.
Aw, thanks, Boo Boo. And I'm 30.
Yeah. He's soon to be 31
again
in about 6 months.
So we're calling you 30 for now?
30 for now.
So we'll be 30.
I can't get the normal names right.
Until I can at least start putting pressure on this, I'll be 30. Then once I get there, I'll be 30 and a half.
Yeah.
Once he gets rid of his, what is that?
Buick.
Buick. Okay.
Or Oldsmobile. Yeah.
All right, so I'll make that video private if you want to go look at it.
Public.
Public, I mean, yeah, not private.
Pubic.
It is private. Public video, Lake Milton State Park, unfinished business. And that'll do it. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye, bitches.
Ugh.